Yeah,
Maybe someone will come in the chat that we want to pull in.
yeah. You know, Jacob or Dana or somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, Walter, if he shows up, we can also ask him too. It's almost like I have messaging. Hello, hello, hello,
What's up,
hello,
everybody?
everyone. Welcome to Friday afternoon. It's Wizards Council.
Right.
Uh,
I was like, wait, which show is this? Which one are we doing?
it's the Wizards Council. We only got two of us right now because our boy Frederick Pogue has decided he wants to join two amazing women instead of us,
Yeah,
which
brilliant,
is
beautiful women have
brilliant.
invited him to their live, and somehow he picked them instead of us.
Yeah, what a jerk. Hey,
You
Ellie,
know,
do you want to join us? I saw you jump in there. Hey, Sonny, I see you. I'm getting my chat and all the fun stuff pulled up. I feel like we got a lot to talk about today. Ooh, Ellie's gonna join us for the Wizards Council.
nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's any thing going on in the world. There's no news.
Have you ever heard of a gentleman named John Paulus?
Uh, Paulson, I think.
Paulson. Ooh, have you ever heard of a gentleman named John Paulson?
I mean, I heard of him this morning when he was announced as one of the names off of the Epstein list. I sure did.
I sure fucking heard that this morning too. Yeah. Billionaire right-wing mega donor who supports, oh, who is it? Yeah, that's right. Speaker
Donald
of the
Trump.
House, Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
Ooh, and who also threw a nice party for Donald Trump. And yeah, is just an all-around general scumbag. Oh, and is, by the way, now an outed pedophile.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. Too
and
bad that
sex
all those
trafficker. Mm.
billions that he has donated to the Republican Party can be directly linked to a pedophile.
Oh,
Congratulations, Republicans.
so good of you to show us your true colors and remind us that the reason we hate Republicans is because you enable pedophilia.
Right.
And
The
fucking gross.
hypocrisy and the racism and the misogyny and the
And
pedophilia.
yeah, yeah,
All of it.
like all of it. It's just like I don't know how much grosser you can get. I don't know how much shittier you can get. Like, fuck. Like, at this point, go die in a hole. Like,
Right.
go put yourself in a hole, go walk out into the woods, and let us never see or hear about you again.
Yeah.
Because
Go
you're
go die in a fire.
disgusting, garbage pieces of shit. Like, oh, by the way, y'all, as you should know, as we're all coming in, is his Friday, which means the Wizards Council goes a little off the rail. We go a little bit wonkers and we say the shit that we really mean about these people. And we're going to get Ellie Leonard to talk about some shit too.
Right.
Oh, look. Hey, Ellie, what's
What's
going
up, Ellie?
on?
Hi, I look terrible. I just got out of the Y, but I was gonna do a live, and then I saw you guys were doing a live, and I was like, ah, let's hang out with them. That works.
Uh, I love it. Thank you for coming on with us for
Yeah,
Friday.
I just wanted to follow up because with what I was gonna say, but also with what you were saying, um, and what I'm noticing in these like Maxwell interviews. Virginia Giuffre is very redacted throughout, but like if you know her story, you know who's being talked about. Like they even name her boyfriend, but they redact her, and it's like, well, only one person dated that guy with
Yeah.
a very unique name.
Right.
Um, and
Good
they're
work,
really
guys.
important thing, right? Woo! Um, but they continually, Maxwell continually blames Virginia for turning Jeffrey into who he was, and for like doing if
Wait.
there was a right hypothetically, if there was a sex ring, it would have been her fault, right? It was all her. She did everything. And I just want to like scream from the rooftops that children cannot give consent. Children cannot give consent. And
Right.
Virginia Giuffre was a child. Like you can't, which is why they redacted her name in the interview. Because if they hadn't redacted, then people would have been like, but she was a child. Like
Yeah.
now we know who that is. She's a child. So I just want to like scream that a little bit and be like, that erases that whole idea because she was a child. But secondly, I'm going to be doing um, with what's already publicly available. I'm going to be doing a deep dive of the Blacklist, which is or the Black Book,
Yes.
which is publicly
Yes.
available. It's redacted, but I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna like categorize it. I'm doing what I did like with the Project 2025 and the Big Beautiful Bill. I'm gonna make something that's very complicated and hard to find, and I'm gonna make it easy and simple and cited and like clickable and explain away. You know, categorize people into like politicians and financial people and Hollywood and whatever and whoever's in there. Explain who they are and how they're connected now, and
Nice.
then just make it simplified so you can be like, here's the black book. I can click on it. Because it is there's a searchable database through I think the Business Insider, but you have to know who to search for first. It doesn't just list them. You have to like look some people up. But you also have to have a paid subscription to the Business Insider in order to use it. So I was
Mhm.
like,
Right.
screw that. Let's just put it all in one place. So
I love it.
yeah,
And
And
this
first
sounds
entry is
like
John Paulson, I assume.
yeah. Let's just pop him in there. If he's in there, let's talk about him.
Nice.
Yep. And I assume this is going to be an Ellie's exclusive that we're going to put out at least one or two episodes
Sure,
of
sure.
on Banner and Backbone because that's what we do.
Right.
We reveal the truth and we talk about it and we go deep dives, and Ellie is the
Cool.
best at it. There's like two people who are really good at it. I think it's Dev Shalab and Ellie.
Cool.
Like
We'll go hang out.
them.
We'll go have lunch.
Yeah, as long as you guys don't have to fight over the Pulitzer, like who
Yeah.
gets it, like
I was like, he
that's
can
all I
have it
want.
if he like buys a pizza. I'll pick a pizza. I'm happy with a pizza. He can have the Pulitzer.
A
I have
couple
very low standards.
pizzas. Like by
Yeah, a
that
couple
by
pizzas.
that point, it may be worth a couple pizzas, like a Bitcoin a
I,
pizza.
Right.
I could
You
eat
know,
a
I'm pretty
pizza.
sure it's like the Oscars, and if two people win jointly, like you each get a thing, right? Like you each get a
Oh.
medallion that says Pulitzer or
I
whatever.
just shouldn't. Not. I'm not, and I'm not saying that I deserve it because I don't think I deserve a Pulitzer, obviously. But I drop things also. Like I'm very klutzy, so I shouldn't have nice things. Period. Like you know, that's why. Give me the pizza.
We'll
Give
bubble wrap yours.
Yeah, we won't let JD Vance hand it to you like that
I'll
National Football Trophy.
monitor the
Okay, good.
couch. He can monitor the football trophy, right? We take
Ooh,
care of what we take care of,
Ooh.
snap.
right?
Don't put a black light on that couch. You will not enjoy what you find.
Good.
There's some holes
Anyway,
that you don't want to fill.
ugh, gross. Metaphors, metaphors.
Right.
The phrasing,
So,
we're always doing phrasing here.
I know. I have to be quick. I have to hop off because I'm literally in a parking lot with melting groceries in the back of my car.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
go. We just
but
wanted
I
to pull you
wanted,
in for some
yeah,
fun.
yeah, I saw your post this morning about Paulson. I'm gonna figure him out. But yeah, and remember the black book, it's this idea of a list and people saying that there's no list. You have to remember that your kids have a list. Like if your kids have cell phones, they have a list. Like if your friends have a cell phone, they have a list. This guy
Sure.
was sexually abusing people in 2019. He had over a decade of lists, at least in his phone.
Right.
So you can't like I want to know where his cell phone is. Nobody talks about that. It is that part of his like estate. Who has when they raided him, when they arrested him, where did his phone go?
Right.
Because that's the list. And again, also if you're on the list, if you're in the black book, doesn't mean you committed a crime, but you are in proximity and 1 degree away from a like a sex trafficker and probably mobster. So you know, read into that how you want to read into that. But
Yeah, yeah. At this point, like, if you're on the any sort of list that is associated with Epstein and you are not innocently there because you were just happened to be a butler or a bystander
Right.
and
The
weren't
pool cleaner.
really like even then like you could have said something probably like probably should have said something if you saw or knew anything, but
yeah, it's the
some of those
idea of
people wouldn't.
being
um
complicit versus
yeah,
actively participating or being a
yeah,
Right.
victim. I mean, there's
but
three ways
there's
to go.
I think Thomas Massey won release that name because the guy is putting a shitload of ads out against him.
Hmm.
Two, it's symbolic is the first name that came out was Republican. It was
Right.
not a Democrat. It was a Republican.
Well, did you see that leaked video? Aaron Parnas posted about it, but there was a leaked video of the assistant. Oh gosh, I have to find it. But he's one of the guys who works at the DOJ, and
Yep,
he was
yep,
sitting across, and he said, "We're just going to redact the Republicans."
Yeah.
I
yep.
was like, "That's interesting. Who was he even eating lunch with? Like, what was this lunch that he was just
No, you
talking
know
That
who
to?"
he
was
was
on
eating lunch with,
Woj's
right?
show this morning, right?
Hmm? Say again?
That was on Waj's show this morning that they talked about.
It might have
It
been. I
was
saw it last night, but it was all over.
a
But you know who
Veritas
it was?
Project
Who he was eating
Veritas
lunch with?
reporter.
So
It
was
was
she just like,
it
go
was
ahead.
James O'Keefe. It's the guy who is famous. He's right wing. James O'Keefe is
Right.
super right wing
Hmm.
entrapment secret video dude. Like
Yeah.
James O'Keefe is not a good guy.
Yeah, it was MAGA who did this. It was
Right. It
Project
was
Veritas
MAGA.
who was the one who
Interesting. Because it
reported
was a
on
woman
this.
who was interviewing him, but she
Yeah.
wasn't interviewing him. She was just eating lunch with him and asking him
So
questions. Like
I
it wasn't
was,
set up like an interview.
yeah, I was listening to this morning. It was talking about it. Lev Parnas was talking about it.
Yeah.
Um, Wajahat Ali. I think I said
Hmm.
his name right. I hope I did.
Right.
Um,
Left hook.
they were talking about, yeah, Left Hook. They were talking about it this morning, and she's an undercover Sting Project Veritas person, which is a MAGA
Hmm.
program,
Interesting.
and they caught this person. Just she took him out on a date. It was like they found them they found she found him on the Hinge app or whatever it is,
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
took him on a date, and he just spilled the beans to this lady. Like, she
Wouldn't
has
that
no
be a
clearance.
fun job?
She could have just been a fucking, she could have been a Russian asset, she could have been a Chinese spy,
Yeah.
but she was a US internal spy basically for a right-wing James O'Keefe Project Veritas group. MAGA is turning on Trump. MAGA has turned on Trump
Yeah.
because he's dying and his
Yeah.
usefulness is over,
Well, I
and they're
mean,
trying to find their footing because it's Marjorie
yeah.
Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, Nancy Mace,
Ish.
kinda,
Yeah.
but Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Project Veritas breaking off are a
Mm,
signal.
Mhm.
And
yeah.
Thomas Massey breaking off was a signal because
Yeah.
that's
Well,
libertarians
and then
saying maybe,
presenting it as like a Republican and a Democrat together, bringing it to the
yeah,
forefront. I thought that was very symbolic and really good. And doggone it, if we haven't needed to reach across the aisle on something that we can all agree on for
thank God
about a
it's
decade now.
something.
Right.
I know, and nobody's really like giving up anything by reaching across the aisle. It's an actual bipartisan issue for once. So go for it. I do say though, I would like to be one of those spies. That would be a great job. Like go on
That'd be
dates with
cool.
people and secretly. I mean, what a great job. Go to lunch and record people.
Yeah,
That could
get
be
free
great.
food
Great
out
job.
of it. Like,
Yeah,
hey, yeah, shit, man, take me out on a date too.
yeah,
Like, take me to the movies, buy me dinner. Just don't look
yeah,
at the camera in my pocket.
yeah. No, don't worry about it. All
Is
right,
that
I
a
gotta hop
camera in your
off.
pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
All
All right, Ellie, thanks
right,
for joining
talk to you
us.
guys later. Bye.
Bye, Ellie.
Bye, Ellie. Dana, if you're still here in the chat, I saw you come in. Would you wave or say hi if you want to join us for some wizarding, and just some unwinding from the week? Um, because we haven't even gotten into, I know, Lawrence, you brought yours up for the Fucked Up Friday this morning on Gen Xy, with you and Dana. Um,
Yeah, I mean, that's some bullshit. There's all the jobs data that is some bullshit that we need to talk about. We talked about constitutional amendment shit with Rick Herbst. We could talk about that. There's things we could talk about.
yeah, I think we got to talk about a little bit about what's going on for the R. Well, we got to talk about RFK. We got to talk about him, and hey, Tecolote, welcome. And everyone else who's with us. Thanks y'all for being here. Um, we need to remove RFK, like as of yesterday, as of the day before he was
Nominated, right?
fucking nominated, he
But
should have
he's a
been
clear and
removed.
present danger.
Yeah, he's literally killing people now. Like,
Yep.
that's literally what is happening. And we can't sugarcoat it. We can't call it anything. Ooh, Senator America joined us. Welcome, friend. Um, I don't know if you do lives, but we'd be happy to pull you in too and join us and BS about what's going on for the day. I see your work a lot and appreciate what you guys are doing there. Um, but RFK's fucking killing people. Like, shit, what the hell? Like, not only getting rid of AIDS and HIV funding and research and management and shuttering all of that, but they're like, Florida now doesn't have vaccine mandates for children. If you, as a parent, if you do not get your children vaccinated and they die from a preventable illness, you should be held accountable for murder.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
your fucking kid. Or you should have CPS come and take your damn kid away because you're endangering your child. Unless there's a medical reason they cannot get a vaccine, then they should be vaccinated for preventable illnesses. I don't want polio coming back. My wife has family who died from that shit. Like,
right.
fuck you people.
Well, and it's
Fuck
even,
RFK.
if Florida is not mandating these vaccines, then what does that mean about availability? What about the people who want them and are then going to try to go to their pharmacy and get them? And they're like, oh, yeah, no, we just don't stock the measles vaccine
So,
anymore because because
no
we're not
demand for
required
it.
to, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
it's just like it's all the funding stuff too. It's same with the abortion access and medical care for women for OBGYNs and rural hospitals is when you take access to abortion care away, you take OBGYN care away, and you can't have babies because there's no pregnancy ward because there's no doctors who know how to do anything about pregnancy and women die. And oh, by the way, we have one of the highest mortality rates for women in childbirth in and childbirth just in general in the modernized world. We're not a fucking first world country. We let women die at the hospitals and we're encouraging it, and now we just want women to be bare feet and in the house and fucking having abortions with hangers again. Like,
right. For the record,
bullshit.
not us, everybody.
Not us, not us. We
Not
don't
not
believe in
us.
that shit. We do not believe in that shit. We believe that women are people and people deserve sovereignty and dignity and rights and equality and freedom, just like every other person
Bodily
does.
autonomy.
Bodily autonomy, the right to, I mean, make healthcare decisions. And yes, it does almost sound like a contradiction when we say make bodily autonomy healthcare decisions, but also mandate vaccines. Um, Senator America, awesome. Love to hook up with you then. You'll see a DM from either myself or Lawrence afterwards. I'll DM you afterwards. Thanks. Appreciate you getting saying you'd love to hop on a live with us. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
There's
that's great.
so much to talk about. Um, but like we're killing women and children and and they're calling
And
it
queer
pro-life. They're
people and
and queer people and anyone who is not white and straight and within this very, very theonomy view. And I'm going to say theonomy over theocracy because that's what they want. They want a Christian theonomy that is just a super narrow view, and everybody dies outside of it or gets stoned or
you're teaching me a
conversion
word.
therapy.
Tell me the difference between theonomy and theocracy.
Ooh, you don't know the difference. Awesome. I don't think a lot of people in the audience know the difference either then. Um, it's a word I learned a lot about this week is so a theocracy is a government which is based out of the church and but out of any church. It is a non-specific church. It is a government that is based on religion and it is a religious government, but it is not always hostile to all religions. Take England. England isn't terribly hostile to all religions. They would be a theocracy they're a monarchy, but they would also be on the theocracy side of things because they have a
Because
state
the Anglican
religion.
Church is the official church of.
Yeah, they have an
Okay,
official church, but the laws are not just for that church. They're for all people. They include others outside of Christianity or Catholicism. A theonomy is based on Old Testament covenant law that is very, very narrow and very, very strict and is only Christian, not
hmm.
Catholic, but only Christian. Um, and it is where we get a lot of the very, very, very narrow views of like, oh, if you're gay, you should be stoned. And they're very big on
I mean, I'm
stoning,
gay. I've been stoned a bunch.
but well, not with all those little pebbles. No, those flowers are fun. But anyway, they believe in a very narrow view of the Old Testament law where it's based on it is based solely on old Israeli structure of Old Testament covenant law, and it has no place for Catholics. It has no place for anyone outside of their narrow view of Christianity. Um, and they divert the subject very, very quickly when you hear the word theonomy versus theocracy, if they
Hmm.
ever say it. Uh, Lisa Joy and I talk about this every Tuesday and Thursday, our Nazi stuff. And it's a very subtle difference, but it means like JD Vance is out of the group because he's a Catholic nationalist, not a Christian nationalist.
Hmm. Okay, Catherine Griffiths is reporting from Wales and saying, "Hey, please get it right. The UK is secular." So yeah, I was wondering when you called the UK a theocracy, just because they have the Anglican
They
Church.
they have a state religion. You're not the country may be secular, but the government is not. The government has has a religion
Hmm.
based to it. If your church is part of your government, you're a theocracy. I could be wrong, but like that's the base definition of a theocracy is it's a government run, it's state run with church. Like it doesn't mandate it. It doesn't the difference between a theocracy and a theonomy is a theonomy mandates you follow it.
Hmm. Okay. I mean, I'm going to defer to the person from the UK.
Yeah, I mean it's fine if I'm fine calling the UK itself secular, but
The
the
UK
Anglican
is a
Church,
parliamentary democracy and a constitutional monarchy. Why it is not a theocracy, laws come from the parliament and the courts, not from religious law or
okay,
clergy. Government leaders are elected on secular grounds. The clergy don't run the state. There
okay,
is
I
freedom
stand
of
corrected.
religion. So,
I stand corrected. Thank you. Thank you for
yeah.
calling that out. And that's part of this show is we correct ourselves when we're wrong. So it's run by the clergy. So think of Rome, the Roman Empire, Holy Roman Empire is run by the clergy at that point. Or Rome now is run by the clersy. That's a little theocracy, but
Well,
it's also it's not a
again,
theonomy.
The Vatican is run by the clergy. Like,
Well,
Italy
Rome
is not.
inside the Vatican. Sorry, words matter. The Vatican is a theocracy because
Okay, yes.
it is a little government run by the clergy and the church. So that's a theocracy. It's a theocracy because it's Catholic. If it was Christian, it would be a theonomy. And if it believed in Old Testament covenant law. So that's the distinction is the Old Testament. It's the end times people. It's their very narrow view
Okay,
of the world.
yeah.
Um, it's all about the apocalypse and building um well, Israel is technically a democracy.
I mean,
It is also an apartheid state
we're
that
doing a lot of
is
wink and
committing
dust when we say
genocide.
Israel is a
Like
democracy.
let's not bring Israel into this one because they're committing a genocide right now, and I don't want to talk about Israel committing a genocide right now because that's another part of all of this, but not like the fun parts that we want to talk about today. Like I'd rather talk about how
Right. Nick and I are both
RFK
on the
Jr. is
record
killing us.
being American Jews who adamantly oppose Israel committing genocide currently and think the Netanyahu government is full of fucking war criminals. So
Yeah,
uh, we're absolutely with you on that side. And I feel like
yeah,
we could do an entire show on like the religious right in Israel and how they have captured the government there, very similar to the way the religious right in the United States is in the process of capturing our government here.
yeah. Yeah. So theocracy is run by is government run by the clergy and with the church or from the church. The laws are dictated from the church. The theonomy is the Old Testament laws mix into civil laws, and then you turn into a Christian only religious group that is very, very, very tiny, and everybody dies who's on the outside. It's fascism. It's exactly what fascism is. Like, it's Pete Hegseth. It's why we're attacking Venezuela right now. Like, Donald Trump is so scared of the Epstein files coming out and names being released that he's willing to start a war with Venezuela. Like we could wipe
Well, you know,
Venezuela off the map
we
in
just
a
renamed it the
day.
War Department. You gotta take that
Oh
baby
yeah.
out for a spin with its new name, the War
Oh yeah.
Department. Roar.
Yeah, the Department of War haven't had the Department of War since World War II. What are we prepping for? World War III? Oh, wait. We're causing it, aren't we? We're causing World War III. That's our problem this time. We are the fucking Nazis, guys. Like, we
Yep.
have to admit that the US is the bad guys here, and we have to fix it. Like, that's like we we need to just no second civil war. Like let's get that out of our head. Like we're yes, they may want to start violence, and yes, they may want to people may want to have a hot civil war, but if you have not been to a war zone, I would not advocate for war. And if you've been to a war zone, you don't advocate for war. Like I've been to one. I don't want to advocate for war here. Like the streets will be destroyed, the public systems will be torn down, the economy will literally shudder and come to a halt. Our way of life. If you think you have it bad now, wait till a war breaks out because you will have rolling blackouts, you won't have internet, you won't have stable water, you won't have stable sources of food. You won't have stable sources of fuel. Your roads will be destroyed. Your fire departments won't work. Your police departments will stop. Your EMTs will stop work. I understand you're not calling for it, man, but I'm saying like we need to stop using those words.
You know, I put this in my book. I'm writing a science fiction novel, yeah, available on Lawrence Winterman Science Fiction, my other Substack. And in my book, there's a second civil war, and the global economy crashes. Because let's think for a minute about what would happen if the United States had a second civil war. Our economy would grind to a halt. All lending would stop completely, and the global economy would crash because, America is the linchpin holding together the global economy. I don't think we want to advocate for a second civil war for many, many reasons,
And also
including that it would
words
fuck the global economy.
words can hurt us. Like don't don't dismiss other people's that's a trauma dismissal. Like words can hurt. I've had enough words thrown at me that do hurt that I that let's not dismiss those other people's trauma. Like especially too, I'm a fucking poet. Words mean things. I was an interrogator. Words mean things. Words do hurt. If you use the right ones in the right ways, they hurt a lot. Like
Yeah.
calling a Jew in America a word that starts with a K hurts.
Yeah.
I've
And
been
I mean, I
called
get
it.
what Steve is saying, right? Like, I wrote an article back at the beginning when Dana and I first started Gen Xe. Like, my first article was that we're at war. We're already at war. We're in a cold civil war and the lead up to World War III. Like, I use that as a framing exercise to kind of get people to think about where we're at and like what's at stake. But it's different than wanting one, right? Like
Yeah.
acknowledging that like we are in the lead up to what feels like a time of war is an
Yes. Oh,
important thing for us
absolutely.
to acknowledge. Um, but it's not the same as wanting one to happen by any stretch of the
No,
imagination.
and don't get me wrong, Stephen, I do not believe that you are advocating for one at all. You've been in enough of our lives and stuff to know that I know that you're not advocating one, or at least from what you've shown us, you wouldn't advocate for one. But what I am saying is we have to be really careful on how we choose to use our words right now too. Um, is because the the use of civil war, the use of soft secession, the use of things like that drive us closer to those places. Like that drives us closer to being in a state that is irredeemable, and that the only way forward is through violence. Like we're like, yeah, like if you're in a job that's union, especially, you all better start striking. Like the transportation industry should grind this country to a halt.
Yeah,
Like no, like trucks, if you're a trucker, you should not be moving freight. If you're in an industry that can do, even if you're not at this point, like what you're gonna work for that tech billionaire for the rest of your life? there's so many of us out here who want to build things together. Just come join us. Like it's it's going to be fucking hard. They already told us that. They told us when he got elected things are going to be really rough. Well, they're rough. The only way through though is to make it better is if we actually do the hard thing. Like I can't strike because I lost my job. Like I'm part of the June jobs report of losing jobs. Like
Right. Right. I'm currently unemployed. Like I'd be happy to strike. I can stop
yeah.
buying things because I, don't have any money at this point to buy them with.
Yeah, like
But and I like, yes, I think we should have a general strike in this country. I
yeah.
think I think that's what we can all do that will stop this thing in its tracks. And I know that people are scared of it. It's a big concept. It's a big idea. It is really scary. But I think we're going to have to kind of screw our courage to the sticking place and actually all step up and as soon as
Hey,
the
it's our boy
Fred's
Frederick
here,
Pode.
drag him.
Freddie boy.
Ladies kicked him
Aha.
out. They
Ladies
couldn't
are
take all
done with
that
him.
big coffee. They were
Hmm.
like, big coffee, we're done with you.
Too much. Too much big. Too
Too
much energy. Too much Fred. We don't have enough Fred, so it's
courage
Fred.
place and
Oh,
Oh, I'm
oh,
here.
oh,
I'm
oh,
here.
there he
he
is.
did it.
He's late.
Listen, you guys know I love you both. You're my dear, dear friends. But when two amazing, very smart women call, I've got to answer that call.
Mhm.
We know,
So,
Fred.
We know.
it's
It's
We,
all
just,
right. We got
yes.
Ellie on, so
Oh, great.
we had a smart woman on too.
yeah.
Um,
You
so
you can't
so
you
there, we
can't
replaced you. We replaced you with someone
as you
just
should.
It was so easy, like at the drop of a hat.
I
yeah,
know.
she was like, oh shit, these guys want me on? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, listen, I am a heteronormative straight white male, so I've benefited from mediocrity all my life. It's like the bar is just very low to clear, so I'm easily replaceable. I'm like, you find a smart woman, it's like, boop, there it is. Just
No,
yeah, yeah,
that's
there
it.
it is. Especially
Well,
Ellie
how
Lennox.
did it go?
Oh yeah.
What revelations, what insight do you bring us back?
So I was on their show on the Mayday Network, which is starting up on Substack. It was with Julie Roginski and Michelle Kinney. Great women, very smart. We were talking about RFK Jr. and his just amazing press conference where he got to show all of his credentials and intelligence on health and
Mm,
human services.
yeah.
Like
He
that
has
he's
credentials.
yeah, that like he's been on Joe Rogan and he's a Kennedy.
He's had a brainworm, so I mean, he's had a health issue.
The
Right.
brain worm probably has more intelligence than him.
You know, the
Right.
brainworm I'm really mad at actually, because fuck man, you could have
That
done a
brain
better
worm
job.
starved. That brain worm
Like
starved.
there
It's
wasn't
dead.
enough there to eat. Like, damn
It
it.
was like this is all empty calories. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's all that
I'm
heroin.
sure that RFK Jr. has lots of great recipes for how to cook caber that you find on the side of the road in Central Park, and
I kept saying is like it's him with his tan leathery skin and
mhm.
like that voice that sounds like it's like you're getting a bad cell phone
I
connection
Yeah,
that's
I
held
can't even
together
do
by
it.
probably the last two tendrils slivers of flesh from that septum that's been eaten away by bleach and low grade cocaine like you know
Ooh,
like and then he's going to lecture me on my health, like,
right,
and what I need to do.
right.
Get
Excuse
out
me,
of here,
sir.
man.
You're a walking melanoma.
Okay. Yeah, what we're gonna. I don't know.
And
I'm
he
not
got
gonna
all
answer.
animated when Elizabeth Warren, a woman, dared question him. It was like, she said she was a trustworthy person, and that's why I fired her.
I love how heavy he starts breathing when he gets mad. Like,
Wait, he said that he fired Elizabeth Warren?
No, no, no.
Oh no,
So the
no,
woman
no,
that
the
he
head of the
no,
fired,
RNC.
right?
he got mad at
Yeah,
because
he got so
Elizabeth Warren
Elizabeth Warren.
questioned her.
So Elizabeth Warren was questioning him, and she asked like, "Why would you fire this woman for this, and that. And he said, well, I asked her point blank if she was a trustworthy person, and she said no. So who would keep someone like that on their staff? And I'm like, seriously, dude, that's your freaking response.
Right.
That's your response. Okay, you know what? If I did that, and when I was in operations management, the first thing was HR would have been like, so we're going to suspend you without pay,
For
and you're
sure.
going to need to get a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a
Like clearly
freaking
the
it!
dude has never worked any place with an HR department in his entire
Yeah.
life.
No, and it's like I'm telling you, like her lawyer right now is like, "Thank you, Elizabeth Warren." You know, yeah,
Yep. Yep. Money
okay,
in the bank. We won this case.
yeah.
Like, how
Let's.
is this just not on even that, but like, how does this dude still have a fucking job?
I answered that on that show too, and this is it. This guy is because Trump. This guy, Trump knows RFK Jr. owes his position to him.
Hmm.
Because if he actually put someone halfway competent in that position, they might go rogue and actually say, yeah, vaccines don't kill people. Oh, pandemonium among
Oh
MAGA.
yeah.
Oh, dear God.
Oh my God, vaccines are good for you.
It's like,
Polio's bad.
it's like what's the Health and Human Services new secretary doing? Well, she's hosting a YouTube video on the scientific method, and actually how that works. So she's giving a literal fourth grade level education seminar, and MAG is losing their minds. It's like,
Yeah.
I,
It could be worse. Florida could have just repealed their need for childhood vaccines to go to school. I
Oh no,
mean,
wait, they did.
they
oh wait,
did.
they did. I
Well, they don't
forgot.
mind them being shot. What's the point of
Or
having
dead.
vaccines?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Right.
then
Oh, oh.
these dead kids are their favorite thing because they're a death cult. They're a fucking death cult, and they're anti-life. You know what's pro-life? Bodily autonomy. You know what's
Right.
pro-life? Women voting.
Mm.
Women having the right to choose what they want to do with their body and not having to die in the
You
street
you
or
just
in their
you
house
just
with barefoot and
No,
fucking popping
you
out
just
babies.
lost the MAGA audience, that the two people that were here when you said women having the right. It's like they just dropped
No,
right
I
there.
lost
Right.
them when I
Right.
said women are people.
Oh God.
That was the first part I lost them on. Like they checked out after that.
This is the problem with you libs, is you want to treat women like men, blah blah. You gotta treat them like women. No, you want to treat them like people, with rights and stuff. It's like,
The horrors. The
yeah,
horrors.
I'm telling you, but God, RFK Jr. It's like you look. Sometimes I look at that and I almost have like, like really, is this happening?
Yes.
And I kind of start
Yes.
spacing out where I'm like, where is the seam in the Matrix simulation? Like, this has got to be.
Where's the glitch?
Where's the
Yeah.
glitch? This can't be real,
We're
right?
clearly in the wrong timeline, right? Like
Like,
how
this has to be, because
It's Harambe's fault.
because if I wrote this
oh
20
god.
years ago, if I wrote this out of that, they go, yeah, no one's going to buy this. This can't sell.
No,
You
for
know,
real. No,
Nope.
for sure. Right.
It
Like I say
happens.
that all
Yep.
the time. When I was
yeah,
writing my book, I was like, this some of this seems kind of outrageous. And now I'm at the point where my book seems tame in comparison to what is actually happening. And just come
yeah.
on, man.
It's that
Yeah.
old phrase, truth is stranger than fiction. It's like, you didn't specify how much stranger it's
How
going to be.
strange. How much stranger.
My
Yeah.
God.
Like we didn't have to go into Stranger Things and the Upside Down to like
Yeah.
live. Like America we this is all Harambe's fault. It all happened because of Harambe. It's not Harambe who caused it, but it is the guy who shot her. It's the people who shot Harambe. It's their fault.
That's what it
When
was.
he died, everything changed. Everything
That was,
changed after it. Like people lost hope. They lost. I would have rather seen the gorilla live on this one because
maybe
maybe they could have
maybe
just tasered him.
the Godhead is a giant monkey. And when we
Mm.
did that, we angered the Godhead. And so they started,
Maybe we're
skewing the
just in a
timeline.
simulation of
I was literally
Planet
going
of
to
the
say,
Apes.
this is the simulation of, what if everything went wrong all at the same time? That's
It's
that's us. That we're living in that simulation.
yeah,
So
it's
here's
Planet
so
of
I
the
got
Apes
something
just
interesting
without
for
the
you.
apes sitting here. What they're doing the chessboard above us. They're like, yeah, we got these fucking humans finally.
Yeah.
I got something for the Wizards Council because we talked about this on their show, and I want to bring it up because it's like dating somehow. Like they're both married, I'm single, so dating kind of moves its way into it. And one of the questions was, I don't know how it came up, but it's like if your spouse decided to go work for the Trump administration, would you divorce them? Right. So Michelle was like, yes. Julie was like, I don't know. And then they asked me, it's like, so what if you like so and I love how they front loaded. It's like, so what if you met this woman? I was like, okay. And she's amazing. I'm like, all right. I mean, she's awesome. I said, okay.
Mhm.
And she's super smart. I said, okay. And you could see yourself having a life with her by the fourth date. And I'm like, well, automatically right now, you're not going to what men think. So
Yeah,
like we're not there.
we're
Right.
not
So
there
but
yet.
not by the fourth date. We're just like, it's like, do you see yourself having a life with her? I see myself liking her company for the fourth
Hmm.
date. And I want to keep continuing it. But anyway, I digress. I said,
Right.
and she busts out, well, I voted for Trump in 2024. And what would you do? And so I'm going to put this to you guys. Boyfriend, wife, they come to you and say, I voted for Trump in 2024. Your reaction.
Get the
You
fuck
know.
out, bitch. My If my boyfriend came to me
Yes.
and said,
Hold on,
I
you
voted
started
for
that
Trump in
question.
2024, I'd be like, I don't care how big your dick is, you're done. Like, get the fuck out of here. Goodbye forever.
Like you, so here's the problem: is you started that question saying working for, and then you ended it saying
No, yeah, no.
voting
Like
for.
Mhm.
So which one is it?
I'm giving. I gave Lawrence the so Lawrence, he got the question I got because he's technically not married, right? So he got
Okay.
the okay. Your spouse says, I want to go to work. Your wife is like, I want to go to work for the Trump administration. They're
Well,
gonna give me a
it depends on what job she's getting and the reasons
here
behind
we
why she's
go.
What?
getting it.
What?
And I'll tell you why. Because if you're going in with the intent to destroy it from the inside, that's one thing. Because that's something my wife would do. She would fucking go inside and she
Oh,
would
sure.
just fucking rip it apart from the inside. Like, I know my wife, and like from a realistic answer to this is yeah, like sabotage. It's like Ellie said, she would love to go and be one of those undercover, just get lunch and free stuff, the Project Veritas person who outed the DOJ official
I,
for like I would love
here's
to be if she could do that, like just like that sort of shit. But if it was something where like if it was like, hey, I'm just gonna go work for them, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
bye.
I would think my requirement would be, are you a part of an organized cabal taking down the Trump administration from the inside? If so, then I can be on board. If you just think you are going to march in there and single-handedly pull it down from the inside in whatever your E5 job, I'm not sure maybe that like
I don't know. I mean, the Trump
I don't
administration
know.
ain't that smart, so
Yeah, they're
maybe
pretty dumb.
they could. You know, I mean, maybe. Well,
My
it was.
wife's pretty
right. I'm
stubborn at
not
times.
denigrating your
She ain't
wife and
gonna
her
give up.
powers. I'm sure that she is excellent. I just am not sure that
No,
one
if she was
person
in a
acting
coordinated
alone
group,
can.
yeah, if she was in a group that was like, and it was, hey, I'm gonna go work there to sabotage it, but I'm part of an organization that's doing it, yes. If it was, no, I'm just gonna go work there because they offered me $80,000 to go arrest my neighbors and wear a mask to
Oh
do
yeah,
it,
yeah,
then
Yeah.
it would
yeah.
absolutely be, it was just a buy. Like, I'll I'll take the kids and buy like that type of thing. Like if you're making my kids unsafe, if hypothetically say went to work at the CDC or
Well,
the head of like work for RFK and was like tearing apart the health department and ripping away all the shit, me and the kids are gonna go find a good place to live that ain't there.
see, here's what you. I think here's
But
what you're
child
missing.
support's expensive.
Well, here's what you're missing, Nick. Here's what you're missing. See, you ask her and you say, "So you want to go join MAGA now?" Yep. So you got to go by. You want to go by what MAGA says, right? Yeah. Well, I'm your husband. I tell you what to do. You gonna knock that shit off. You gonna be liberal. End discussion. You got turn on, man.
You gotta do that reverse psychology. Uno
That's it.
reverse.
Right. And then that contradiction is the thing that short circuits the brainwashing that she's been subject to, and her real personality emerges, and she goes, "Oh my God, baby, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
And
Oh
then
my
she goes,
I've
goodness.
been
oh
inside
my
there
God, babe, I'm
screaming to get
divorcing you.
out."
That is funny because that's why because I was they said because they said, well, would you date a MAGA woman? I was like, see, here's the problem, right? It ain't gonna work. Now, if I was dating a woman and she is like I said, it depends on how she talked about, dating or she voted for Trump in 2024 because you know who he is at that point. You know, I like if she reached across the table with tears streaming down her face and cut my hands into hers. It was like I love eggs and I just wanted eggs to come down, Frederick. I just want we'd have them all. I said, don't worry, babe, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna get you Michelle Obama's book, and then we're gonna read Audacity of Hope together, and we're gonna get through this. We're gonna grow
We're
stronger,
gonna get
baby.
some
We're gonna grow,
chickens. We're
you
gonna get
know.
some chickens so you can get those eggs free, straight from
It's
the
like
source.
we gonna send money to Mom Donnie. We gonna make it happen. We
There
gonna
is there is no wish here for women putting up telling us telling them what to do.
Yeah,
Do
hell
you
no,
I
think
hope you
do
know
hell
you
no.
Frederick
think
is joking.
that do you think that Frederick can tell a woman what to do?
Shit, I can barely tell myself what to do. How am I gonna tell a woman what to do?
I ain't
Yeah.
telling my wife what to do.
I have a
Shit.
much easier time imagining Frederick in a relationship with a woman who tells him what to do. And he's like, "Oh
I
yeah, baby. Whatever you want, baby. I got
I've
it."
literally had like because I've dated Southern women who are more like conservative and evangelical and stuff like that. Like one didn't date me because she said, "Well, Frederick, you don't believe in God, so the man I'm gonna marry and have children with, we have to be equally yoked in Christ, and you're not gonna be equally yoked with me." And I said,
Yoked in Christ.
"Yep,
Yoked. Oh,
yeah." I
that's
said, "No,
some
baby,
slavery right there.
the only yoke I'm gonna do is how much you want in your scrambled eggs now.
Right, right.
That's the only
Yeah, do you want it fried or scrambled? Like
That's it.
sunny
And
side
so
up, fried. That's the only way to do it.
I mean,
That's a great
I had an
homonym
ex
pair that
girlfriend
you
get
don't
mad at
think
me.
of every day. Yoke and yoke.
I had an ex girlfriend get mad at me, and because she said, "Well, you're the man. You're supposed to tell me what to do." I said, "No." Yeah, it's like, listen, this is a partnership. I ain't trying to carry all that work. Mm-mm. Like,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
no. Like, have you seen like if you're in a marriage and you have kids and you have a house, have you seen how much work it fucking takes to take care of any of that shit?
I'm not trying to.
I'm
We in this
learning how to be a
together.
house dad right now. Like, I'm learning house dad mode. Like, before this
Yeah,
show, I literally cleaned one of our house's bathrooms because I'm learning how to take over chores and responsibilities that my wife used to do while I worked full time
yeah.
so that she can work full time. Because you know what? I like to fry my yolks and then serve them to my wife so that she can go to her job and I can stay at home.
That's some
Like,
kinky shit, Nick.
There's no men's work. There's no women's work. There's just
no,
work.
it's work, it's housework,
There's just
it's
work.
family work, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
No.
part of the house, part of being a family is you do things for each other and together. Like, I'm so excited to come out one day in my booty shorts and my kiss the cook apron for my wife as she's getting ready to go to work. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. If you
Yeah.
don't think I'm not, then just wait for the pictures, y'all. It's gonna come one day because that's what it's about.
I
Like,
mean,
Yeah.
it's a
they can only see the
partnership, it's
pictures if they sign
fun.
up for your Mr. Mom OnlyFans site that you're setting up.
And the
Miss,
thing is,
no, I don't want to do the Mr. Mom. That's a country song, and
Oh, okay.
most of those songs are pretty like boring.
yeah,
But that one is actually kind of okay.
I would. The problem is, man, is like if she wasn't, if it wasn't like a mistake or whatever, she temporarily lost her mind or who knows. The problem is like man, we'd be vacationing like at the Amalfi Coast in Italy or something, and we're having this picturesque romantic scene as the sun setting on the Mediterranean, and I'd look at her and go, "Did you see that debate? Why would you like they talked about eating cats and dogs. Like why would you vote for that?" Like it would just pop up at random times, man, and I couldn't get past it. You know. Like I'm not I can't do it,
Yeah,
Like I
like
couldn't do it. I was like she could be the most amazing woman in the world, but it's like there'd always be that question. It's like it was his third time and he nakedly said he was going to run for on fascism. He voted for fascism. Like
Yeah.
I can't
Like,
do it. I just
yeah,
it's
there's not much to get around at that point. It's kind of over. You made your choice, didn't you?
yeah.
Um,
It's like
and
my daddy used to say, he was like, Julie was like, well, but you could see a future with her. I was like, yeah, but my daddy used to say about working a bad job. He'd say, I was looking for a job when I found this one. No,
and I have
I'll
a
go back to looking.
and I have a cool pen in for I have everything freaking uh like silenced on my phone. I had a cool pen in for next week for Wizards Council. We may have ourselves our first wizarding guest, which means we're going to do it through Restream next weekend or next
Ooh.
Friday because we have been penned in for Dean Blundell to come hang out with us.
Dig
All
it.
right. All right. I mean,
Dig it.
So
if he can hang, if he can,
we're gonna get another bearded wizard in. Fred and I have
does he
fucking
have a
gone off
beard?
the
Dean's
rails.
gonna have to go get himself a beard in the next week.
No, Dean's got a beard. It's not
Does
that
he?
long, I don't think,
All
but I
right. All
think
right.
he's got a beard. I think he's part wizard. He's like a junior wizard.
Right. The associate wizard,
Yeah, it's
associate
Wizarding
wizard in
What
training.
Associates.
didn't are we going by like Harry Potter rules? Didn't Snape? He didn't have a beard, didn't he? Like I
No,
don't
no, no.
know.
Harry
Oh,
Potter's a bigot. It has bigot rules. I don't go by those rules. This
well,
is
then,
real wizarding. This is like Belgariad wizards, where like they're old as shit and they founded the world and they can speak and teach junior wizards and like we're gonna start an apprenticeship program. Like I don't understand why like Jacob lowered himself in our apprenticeship program. He shaved his beard down, and I'm like, man, you got to grow it. The longer the beard, the wizardy the wizard.
Oh
yeah.
man, I when we started this thing, my beard was like down to here and shit. And
Yeah,
then
I
I
don't know why
decided
you
I
Yeah,
shaved
but
off your
you trying. I
powers,
mean, I could
but you
see.
look good. You
I
look
could see
fly
by
as
the
hell.
cut you got. You trying to pretty up, dude. I mean, it's just
I'm
like
trying to find a job, and right
see,
now,
yeah, you're trying to
I
pretty up.
I
You
got to
try,
pretty up so they don't look at me and go, "Oh, that old man." No, we're not. He's haggard. We're not hiring him.
you
See, I
know,
don't have to pretty up for nobody. You guys all come for me. You guys come for this destructive looking burly wizard man.
phrasing.
Phrasing, phrasing.
We're always doing phrasing.
My
Clearly, we're
goodness.
always doing phrasing.
My
Oh,
goodness, man. Yeah,
oh
no.
man. At least I didn't start singing Phantom of the Opera right there. Come to
Y'all
me.
need to stop it. It's like, was it like,
Dana and I hit 90 paid subscribers. So
yeah.
our challenge there was that we're gonna do an ASMR you fucking kidding me episode. So yeah, we're next week at some point. I'm gonna be leaning in on the microphone and be like, "Come to me, baby," or
Come
however you do
into
ASMR.
me in the darkness.
Right, and then I'll like scratch the microphone, crinkle some
Mm.
paper.
You got to do
So,
like deep grunts and like,
so I do have some news.
baby.
I am going to a yoga session tomorrow. Like,
Right
Are
on.
you?
Hot yoga or regular yoga?
I think it's going to be regular. Like, and because like they did some of that in the meditation retreat, and it was helping some of the like all the joint injuries I have, from
Hmm.
like the military and aviation. And so I was like, man, I kind of feel better. Like I'm walking better, I'm moving better. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this yoga thing a try. And it's. I'm curious because I think from what I saw on the website, it's more like women than men. And so like like I'm
Co-ed
I
yoga?
mean, they're good about it. They didn't say like, "Oh no, man," like that. So, and then I'm going to a Buddhist temple on Sunday. I'm
Oh,
going,
cool.
yeah, I'm trying to get more out into the community again. Like I really haven't done that since uh, before the pandemic because I've just been really like, with two caregivers. Like when I was caregiving two people, and then the pandemic and all this other stuff. It's just like I wasn't able to go out, but now I'm like okay, I want to, try to like venture out a little bit and do something, positive, because I did the meditation thing and I'm like, you know what, I like this. I want to carry this forward. So I'm trying not to like Hank Hill it, where it's like when he had to go take yoga for his back injury and he showed up with his welcome mat. That's his yoga mat. So,
Mm-hmm.
and he's in blue jeans and a long and sweatshirt. So
Yoga
I'm just
is a
like,
You know
lot
what?
of fun. I
I'm
have
I'm
done yoga
looking forward
before.
to Yogini Frederick. Like I figure in a couple weeks you're going to show up with your man bun, and and
His
you're
hair
I
is just
had
gonna
that.
sprout.
right,
I
yeah,
had
and
the long hair during the pandemic. Like it took 2 years, but it got down to my shoulder blades.
right, you're going to be
And
real
so,
calm,
no,
and you're going to be like,
There's gonna
let
be
me
no
tell you guys,
swearing.
let me tell you what I
no,
learned in my latest yoga session.
that
I learned
angry
something.
Southerner's in there, man. An angry Southern Marine. As soon as the RFK Jr. or Trump does something, I'll be like, man, can you believe this? It's like,
Namaste, friends. Stay away
Right,
from my
namaste,
friends.
friends,
it's
namaste.
like, I'll be
Are you
like,
going to leave? Namaste.
yeah, that's
Namaste.
it. It's like, Fred, are you man? I thought you was getting less mad at Trump. Like, no, I'm gonna stay mad at him. What I'm gonna do, you know? It's like,
Southern word of the day.
Yeah,
Namaste.
it's
It's
right,
like
like,
it's that redneck words of the day from like Jeff Foxworthy and all of them
totally.
when
Namaste.
good
Are you leaving?
namaste.
Namaste.
Here's your sign. You fucking stay
Ewan's,
right now.
you know, it's like yont to. You know going on?
Yoked.
Yont to. Yeah, it's like, hey, let's go down to Piggly Wiggly. Yont to. you
Yeah,
know.
I used
that's a
to
good one.
listen to those CDs on my way back and forth to school when I was driving from Vermont to Pennsylvania, where I went to college at Carnegie Mellon the first time. Um, and I would listen. It's like a 8 hour drive, and I would just listen to those CDs and the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Those guys were funny, and the fact that Ron White came out
Dude,
not too
Ron White
long
is the
ago and just fucking ripped Trump a new one made me so happy. I was like, thank fucking God, some of my childhood like comedy heroes aren't pieces of garbage.
Yeah,
I
nice.
love Ron White. Like he like like I loved him in the Redneck Comedy Tour. Like he was great. I love that one thing about his joke about the plane crash. It's like you think it's like when he talked about it, he's like, yeah, the ambulance gonna be there. They're gonna meet us at the scene of the crash. I used to love Ron White.
Mm,
Like
yeah,
Ron White was like, and the same for me, man. I love the fact he's trashed Trump. I was like, thank you,
yeah,
because there's so many that just like I used to love Dave Chappelle, and then Chappelle's just to me now. Like he's one of
yeah.
he's that's and that's the thing that sucks about like J.K. Rowling or Chappelle or any of these people, right? Where it's just, I mean, like come on, man. It's like you have
Yeah,
this great legacy. Why do you have to ruin it, punch it down? Like I mean, and
And
J.K.
like
That's the thing. Yeah,
Rowling does so
J.K.
much for books too. Like she does so much for other things, and she's just such a terrible fucking bigot.
I
Like,
don't, and
why?
that's what's crazy.
Why?
Yeah, like it's just crazy because it's all you could say is like, I don't kind of understand it. Maybe it's a little gross to me. Oh, you know what? That's not cool. But
But at
if
least
that,
you
if she
are
left it at
you at
that,
least have empathy to say like
yeah,
they're human, they're
right.
yeah, it's
people.
like it. But to embrace like you go from like continuously punching down, pushing legislation against them, and embracing white nationalists in Britain and all this craziness, and this because you literally are that hateful towards trans folks.
Yeah.
Like, what the, well, I was abused. So was I. You know,
Yeah, me
I was
too.
abused. I wrote about it. I was molested by a woman. You don't see me being a misogynist. You know, like, what are we talking about here? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is that thing that we've talked about a couple of times on a couple of different shows, right? Like, as a grown ass adult, your job, part of your job, is to process your own trauma
yes,
and get the help that you need to learn and grow so that you do not pass your trauma on to other people in the world. Like, J.K. Rowling, you are failing the test. If you
Yeah.
you know you were assaulted by whatever the situation was, I am so sorry. many other people have had experiences like that. Go to trauma, right? Like go to trauma, do whatever therapy you need to do, and do not project your anger onto an entire other class of people. Like you are
Yeah,
failing the test.
especially one that is hugely victimized and hugely disproportionately targeted. Like they're like it's a community that has almost zero representation anywhere that has power.
Mhm.
Like the LGBTQ plus community in general has very little representation in power. And
Right,
like we didn't even talk about one of the big things that we were thinking of going into was the HIV and
right.
AIDS prevention research that's being cut and management that's being cut, and how fucking disgusting and gross it is that RFK is doing shit like that and
I,
allowing it to
I do want
happen.
to talk about that, but can I say, like, poor trans people, right? The most famous trans person in the world is Caitlyn fucking Jenner.
Oh my God, yeah,
Like
like
you got the
what a
worst
terrible
one.
legacy.
You got the worst person to
Like there's
represent your
good.
community. Like that's just sort of like, oh man, we've been dealt this shitty hand, and she's got to be the one who. Come on,
Yeah,
And it's
like there's so many more amazing transgender people out there. Why did Caitlyn Jenner have to float to the top and like be just a fucking horrible person?
yep.
Like that's the truth of it. Caitlyn Jenner's just a horrible person. Like that's all it comes down to. Is it has nothing to do with
right.
identity. And that's the problem is, but they use her as like, you look at Caitlyn Jenner, they hate you, Caitlyn. They hate you.
Right.
They hate you.
Yep.
Like, don't you see that they hate you? Like, do you hate yourself so much that you want the rest of your entire group of community that you're a part of to be massacred and genocided and wiped off? Do you not care because you're getting a little bit of money or power or fame right now? Like that's it. You got what you want and everybody can go fucking suck it like that.
Well, it's
Caitlyn
like
Jenner,
Marjorie. It's
you
like Marjorie
suck.
Taylor Greene and Laura Loomer and Lauren Boebert, all the MAGA women, right?
Beetlejuice.
If they don't think,
Beetlejuice.
you
I
know,
I'm
like
clenching my
Well,
butthole,
hold
waiting
on,
for
hold
where
on.
this is
If
gonna
I
go.
bring her here, she won't be in DC and can't do stupid shit. And we'll just make her walk back. So
do you want to bring that on
Beetlejuice.
yourself? Do you want to bring? You want to put that
I just
evil in
said
your
it the third
house?
time. She didn't
You
show up.
want you want to put that evil in your house, Ricky Bobby? Like, come on, man.
Maybe she got lost, landed on the neighbor's roof or something, or under the house like the Wicked Witch and just flattened
Just
her.
like here's where you know they're horrible people. It's like because you look at someone like JD Vance, or you look at any of these folks, like JD Vance.
JD who?
If JD Vance, if America goes to where Stephen Miller wants it to go, your kids will not be immune. Like,
Also,
like
if the
Wait, do you
country
mean that they
goes
won't get
where
their
they want it to go,
immunizations, or they'll grow up to be racist Nazis? Like,
no,
no, they'll
it's
just be
like
kicked out because
The
they'll
end
have.
thing is they're going to because again, I wrote a piece about it. They're going to ship them out because hey, you got to do it good for the party, JD. You got to do this for the country, JD. And we'll get you a nice white wife with the blonde hair. We'll get you. You can have new kids and everything else. They're gone because
Yep.
they're like that's where extremism goes. All these MAGA women, guess what? You are going back in the kitchen if they have their way.
Not
You are
it's
even.
going back in the house. That's it. Or you're a mistress. That's as
Yeah.
far as it
right.
goes.
I mean, it is literally The Handmaid's Tale, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything that Margaret Atwood wrote in her speculative fiction masterpiece is going to come true. They may call it something other than fucking. I don't remember what she calls it in the book. Uh,
But
Gilead,
like,
the Republic
yeah,
of
like
Gilead. But yeah, that's where we're going.
that's what they want. Like we keep shouting it from the roofs, and I'm so tired of people being like in America being so fucking selfish that they have to have it happen to themselves before they care about it for anybody else. Because guess what, people? It's happening. I know, guess what, to you guys doesn't mean anything because you guys already understand, and everybody in our crowd understands that it's happening. It's here. Like the fucking police are going to have monitors like if and cameras on your cars and GPS trackers everywhere and flock security and all of these other things. And oh, guess what? All your health data that RFK Jr. has access to, because all the tech bros convinced us to feed our health data, specifically pregnancy related data and period trackers and things like that,
Right.
into
Cell
their
phone apps. Yeah.
into your cell phone apps. And if you are still using those, please, 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 for the love of God, stop. Do not give them your information. Do not let them track you. Don't let your daughters use them. I have a daughter. She is sure fuck not going to be using one of those period tracking apps. And if she uses something to track her periods, it's going to be pen and paper, because we're going to put it on a calendar that says, here roughly is when you start your period. Okay. One, my daughter's a kid, so it doesn't matter. Two, if you're an adult using that, get the fuck off, because if you're able to get pregnant, they want to be able to track you.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, honestly, like, do you think if you get pregnant in this future theocracy that we're about to live in, or theonomy, whatever word you want to use, that they're going to let you keep your baby? I mean, I
Yeah,
could
this is a
easily see a
theonomy.
situation where they decide that, most people are not eligible to keep their own children, that they've got to be shipped off to the, organic ranch where they get to pick vegetables until they're, eligible to be sold off into
You're a
slavery.
vessel. You're a vessel as a woman, is to them, is what you want, is a
For
the
sure.
especially. And we have to make, going back to JD for a second, the idea of a theonomy. A theonomy does not include JD Vance. JD can start this all he wants, but when it comes time, the theonomy does not include Catholics. It's
But,
only
Nope.
he switched
Christians.
once, he can switch again.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, he's switched more times than once and again, and I don't know about that, man. Like, I'm unsure where, like, who JD really is. Like, is JD
JD don't
actually
even know who
the
JD
guy
is.
who
Yeah.
was invited, or is the JD that's in office the one who was actually elected vice president? Like, he's changed faces so many times. Like, I don't know anybody who's transitioned more than he has.
Well, it's like Nancy Mace, right? She came out of the thing, tears streaming down her face, and
Like
and
full
up
on panic
and
attack, as the story goes.
yeah, had a panic attack, and she's weaponized her trauma and sexual assault. And I said, I don't believe it's genuine. I'll believe it's genuine because I'm like I'm very much actions define who you are, right? Not
Hmm.
how you like, not how you feel, not what you say. It's your actions. You can like I'm not taking away from that, and I'm not taking away from her being as sexually assaulted. I'm not taking away from her trauma, but she has weaponized it. And I said, I don't believe it's genuine until she does something. And I had a few people, not many, that were like, no, it's genuine, and maybe this is a turning point, or how dare you, like you can't say blah blah blah. But right on time, she kind of backed out of it and did her
Has she
thing.
Yeah.
backed out?
And
Because I heard that rumor. I cannot find a single news report. Like, I also Google searched John Paulson this morning, and there was not a fucking word about him being the first named Epstein list person. Like,
yep,
something
And
serious is going on with Google and search results right now.
of
the
course,
only
it's
reason I found John Paulson, Paulson, right? I keep forgetting his
Paulson.
last name. Paulson, John Paulson. The only reason I found it was because you guys said it on Gen Xy, and then
Yeah.
I looked him up, and I was able to find an Instagram post from Jess Craven that was reposted, and I trust Jess Craven. Like, I trust that she put something out that's real, and it was reported by Newsmax too. Like,
Right.
they're reporting on right-wing networks Thomas Massey's words, and Jess Craven is putting it out there, and every single algorithmic group that is running, like, the systems, is like just bottoming it, just putting it as low, like
yeah,
whatever they can do to weight the algorithm against stories about John Paulson or
Yeah.
anything about him. Like, I did a deep dive on him on ChatGPT, because I was like, okay, Google's not going to do it. Let's see what ChatGPT does. And I had to ask a couple times to get an answer that was like kind of sufficient in depth. And I won't go into any of it right now because I don't have it up either. But like,
I
it's
just put a
this
link
dude is
in the chat.
fucking nut. Like,
Yeah, I put a link in the chat to the Times of India article, which is the only place that you can find
yeah,
the
that's where I read
connection.
it too.
Yeah,
Um, and then Raw Times, I think, had a um or whatever Raw Story or whatever it is.
Raw
They
Milk
had,
Journal.
huh?
I was making a joke, an RFK joke. The Raw Milk Journal.
Oh, the raw milk. He might actually listen to that. Like maybe we
Hmm.
should do that as a show, the Raw Milk Journal, and just fucking
Right.
put
Can you
out
imagine that? Can you
fake
imagine
MAGA
him?
propaganda for MAGA.
Like like. Can you imagine him trying to talk to you with raw milk on his breath, with that frog? Like, oh God!
Hold on, I gotta clear my throat.
I, I, I would just, I'd kind of put like get the handkerchief up right here, just hold the water out for him. You know, it's like, here you go, brother. Yeah, but like here,
But
like,
yeah, they're suppressing it. They're suppressing all this
of
news,
course
and
they
this
are,
the
and
only way you're going to get it is from people like us. Like
well,
Ellie
and
Leonard is going to report on it. Dean Blundell, Zev Shalev, Lev Parnas, Aaron Parnas. But like outside of like independent media or like Waj, like groups like us, we're going to be the ones reporting on it. Not a lot others. Midas Touch will, but I haven't seen Midas talking him. I also haven't been online to see Midas, so I don't know. I'm not going to claim
Midas
that
kind
they
of
have or
talks
not.
about more of like the higher, like the Mysalis brothers are tending like more news aggregating now, and it's more of like, because that, tends to get the more clicks about what you're talking about with Trump. They're not going to do the deep dive kind. Some creators will, but it's generally not the Mysalis brothers.
But I hope they better
And
start
that's
going
nothing
into
on
this
them.
too.
It's just
Like, no,
they
nothing on
tend to
them. They
do.
can't.
Yeah, they can't do everything. So it's like, I think they leave
That's
that
what we're
to.
here for.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, and I want to say this about Nancy Mace. Um, maybe some exceptions are Thomas Massey. We'll see. He's his own kind of crazy. But
Yeah,
if
don't
you're
trust him at
looking
all.
for these people to have a come to Jesus moment,
Right.
disabuse yourself of that now. Disabuse yourself of it. These people will not stop until you make them.
Yes,
Trump, we are in the Trump dictatorship. We're there. He's a
Yeah.
dictator, all but in name, all but in,
he
like,
will not leave at the end of
no, he's not
2028
going to.
if he's alive.
Like, we will have to make them, and it will get harder and it will get tougher, and that's okay. But the thing is, when the time comes and he either dies or his regime's toppled or whatever, the people that enabled him remember all the stuff that we had to do that we shouldn't have had to do.
Right.
They enabled it. When they give you the crocodile tear, well, I was concerned. Great, Susan Collins, let's put you on trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, accountability.
Like, it is, it's, yes, oh, well, there's compassion. Oh, we got to reach out to these people. That's one tool in the toolbox. The other part is like, no, you crossed the line. We're holding you accountable. Period.
It's
That's
also
it.
that, yeah, it's that thing of like, is let's take Marjorie Taylor Greene because she's a great example right now of this, of someone who everyone hates. Everyone
Mhm.
hates Marjorie Taylor Greene. But I believe her right now on what she did because one, the whole point of Wednesday was that we believed these women that came out there and spoke. And Marjorie Taylor Greene stood with them and said she would go on the floor and read every name if she was given it. I'll hold her to that. And if
Yeah.
she doesn't do it, she's done. She knows that. She made a calculated political decision
Yep.
to join with Thomas Massey. And yeah, it's a political decision. I don't really care. She's a tool for us right now. And if it
Yep.
helps save democracy by tearing Trump out, because we have to be able to get past Trump, we have to get on to the next step, which is actually fighting the theonomy and the tech oligarchy behind. Like we're all still too focused on Trump because he's alive and he's allowing the country to do things like, oh, I don't know, shoot a ship off the coast of Venezuela with no right or precedent or abilities, claiming
Right.
that it was terrorists and drugs, yet
Fully
drug
unconstitutional,
smuggling,
right?
drug
Fully and
smuggling,
completely against the Constitution.
yeah, like drug smuggling is not a death sentence, one. And two, you don't have unilateral control to just start a fucking war. Like he literally could have just started a fucking war.
Oh,
And
they're
I mean,
going.
that's what they want.
My hot take
That's
is
what I
they're
think.
going to.
That's my
They're
hypothesis
going
is they're
to.
going to start a
Oh yeah,
war to
we were
prevent the
joking
Epstein
earlier,
files
Frederick,
from coming out.
before you were here. Like, oh, we just renamed it the War Department. We gotta take that baby out for a spin with its new name,
Well,
the
I
War
think
Department.
it's the dumbasses like Trump who haven't gone past the 80s, and it's like it would be just like Grenada or whatever, and they're like, oh, well, you got to support a wartime president, you
Right.
know,
No, you
and
fucking
and
don't.
You
this is
really
my
don't.
response to everything they do when it comes to Venezuela or comes to anything else. I'll be like, they'll, I'm not going to get into whether it's legal or this or that because it's illegal, but whatever. That doesn't really, that term is losing its meaning with the Trump administration. What I'll ask is say,
That's a good article.
Legality.
it's losing its meaning. So what I would say to them is, hey, your grocery bill come down yet? Hey, has your power bill gone up? Are you better off than you were under Biden? Oh, we're at war again. Hmm.
Mm.
You better. Has your grocery bill
President of
come down?
peace, right?
Do you have a job? Hey, did you know there are more job seekers than there are open positions for the first time? And like, when did this happen last time? Oh yeah, it was during Trump's term.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and last time he had a pandemic to blame. This time he only has himself.
Yep. And so it's like, huh.
Huh.
So we're at war with Venezuela because I don't know, I guess fentanyl probably or whatever. And because Daddy Trump, because he's wants I want a Nobel Peace Prize and a war at the same time.
Yep.
I want to do all the things. I want to do all the things. It's like
War is
I
peace, right?
want I want
Yeah.
my grocery bill to come down. I want housing prices to come down. I want you and your corporatist billionaire buddies to stop killing the American dream.
And
Yeah.
How
America.
about that? Can we
And
stop
America.
that? I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
want a war
Like,
department.
yeah, I don't
Hey,
want a Department of War. I don't want to kill Venezuelans.
Nope.
One, we could wipe them off the map in a day, and that's not fucking cool. But like, also, Pete Hegseth, bro. Let me give you
Ugh.
some insights from someone who's also been in the military and
Oh my
who's
god.
gone to war. And so I guess I'm qualified to be the SecDef too, because
You're more
I went to
qualified
war
than
too.
him.
right.
Is you don't have unilateral control to just attack anyone. Funding and appropriations for military use is the sole responsibility of Congress. You just get to ask to go to war. Congress gets to tell you yes or no. So, Pete Hegseth, I hope you enjoy that court martial, and I hope you enjoy getting charged for treason because your day is coming. Accountability is coming. And Pete Hegseth, not only have you leaked twice that we know of on Signal Chat, which, oh, by the way, as a prior intelligence professional, is a pretty near life sentence in Leavenworth, which is the military prison. Doing it twice definitely doubles that. Doing it on purpose definitely doubles that. And oh, by the way, starting a war without permission is a treasonable offense because you are putting us at risk. So, Pete Hegseth, I hope you enjoy the day you're going to get when we have our accountability.
I mean, listen, all I can say is I know we could probably find it in the archives, the specifications for a scaffolding and how to properly tie hangman's noose, what rope to use, and all that stuff. Yeah, we can figure that out. I mean, it's
I
there.
mean,
That
plans
is. I
for
mean, that
fruit
is.
slicing
I
machines
mean, they
are
want to go
online.
back to
Right.
the War Department. Okay, that the last time it was called the War Department, I know what the punishment was for treason.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We can go back to
Yeah.
that. I'm good with that. You know,
I'm ready to
like,
replace Benedict Arnold in the
History books
history
as
books
yeah,
as
the
with
worst.
Donald Trump
Yeah.
and with Pete Hegseth and JD Vance and Stephen Miller and Russ Vought and Elon Musk and Peter Thiel and Curtis Yarvin and all of you cucks. I hope you chuds have the days you deserve.
and if one of you fools decides you want to quote Nathan Hale and talk about, I regret I only have one life to give for my country, you better say it in Russian. You know,
Yeah.
Oof. Oof. All right,
you know.
Professor Pogue. I know we're probably gonna have to wrap up soon, but could you give us a history lesson since we have slipped back into, Benedict Arnold and you know, the time of the framers of this nation writing our instruction manual, the Constitution. Could you tell the people how this country managed to get the Constitution? Could you remind people what was going on back then?
There's the Constitutional Convention and all that stuff is like one of the most fascinating things in history. Like, just even reading about it, it was it because like apparently Benjamin Franklin had minders that used to follow him around because he would go out and he would get drunk and he would just start talking about what they were doing and they weren't
Which
sure,
was
like,
forbidden. They
yeah,
were
yeah,
they
you
were
weren't supposed
sworn
to
to
do it. So like,
secrecy.
because and I mean, you're talking like the amount of drinking that these folks used to do. And the other thing about Franklin, which he's like the first hippie, which is great because he used to sit naked and he would say he was taking an air bath.
Yeah.
So to give you an
What a
idea of
weird dude.
why these assholes who are states' rights and originalists are so full of shit. So when we had the Articles of Confederation, which is what we had before we got the Constitution,
Right.
right?
For 8 years, we were
Yeah,
running
we
this
had,
joint
and
under the
for eight
Articles of
years,
Confederation.
and it was nuts because you had each colony states at that time had their own money.
Yep.
Each state was different and they all set their own kind of thing and everything else, and it
They
was,
taxed each other. They
yes,
tariffed each other.
it was a disaster, an
Kind of
absolute
like where we're
disaster,
going.
right? Yes, it
Yeah.
was a disaster. And so the framers said, nah, man, we got to do something different. Now the reason that they met in secret, I mean, and we're talking like, so this is pre-air conditioning, right? So and they're meeting in the summer, and
With
normally like
wigs and like
yeah, like I
stinky
mean,
Right,
ass
back
right.
then,
fucking old man smell.
yeah. So back
So
then,
much
it's
old man
like
smell.
they would
Actually, it
keep.
was young man smell because they were young at the time when they did
Well,
this.
I mean, Washington was in his
Youngish.
50s and Franklin was in his 60s or 70s. Like, they weren't
Yeah,
all
Well,
yeah.
young.
So, but you got to remember, like how there was no central heat and air. There was literally you opened a window or you sat outside. No, what they did to ensure security is they closed all the windows and nailed them shut, so nobody could open them, so no one could walk by and
go
accidentally
fucking
hear
fart.
what they were talking about. So you're in this closed, hot ass room, like
Sweating your
surrounded
wig
by,
off.
yeah, and you're just like, and they got it done. Okay. That's how we got the Constitution, because we tried all this states' rights crap
Yeah.
and it didn't work. And the next time we tried it was in a thing called the Confederacy, when they were prosecuting a war against the Union. And guess what? The
It
same
didn't
things
work.
happened again. Other states got mad at other states because they weren't giving enough troop quotas. They weren't doing enough here. They went their own way. There was talk about establishing each their own. They didn't want to have a central currency because, states' rights, everything else. The same dumb stuff happens over and over with these fools,
See,
right?
they
And
told
one of the
us
biggest
they
things,
were originalists, but what we didn't realize was that they didn't mean the Constitution. They
No, they don't.
meant
right,
They really
right.
don't.
they meant the Articles of Confederacy or the Magna Carta or like they were originalists, just not which ones.
Oh
Right.
yeah, they want
So,
yeah,
so
they want.
one of the things about the Articles of Confederation was it didn't have an amendment process, right? Like, the
Nope.
only way to make changes to the Articles of Confederation was all 13 states had to agree. And the
Good luck.
Congress, so the Congress
Yeah, good
existed. It
luck.
was unicameral at that time.
Yep.
All 13 states had to be there at the same time, and they literally couldn't coordinate it so that state delegations would arrive and stay until the other state delegations had arrived. So they were fucked. They like there was no way to change the process because they literally couldn't all get into a room at the same time.
Yep. And again, the Articles of Confederation was one of those things. Like, you got to remember the context, and this is very important when you look at history. So we just fought a war against the British Crown, arguably the most powerful nation, even still after the Revolution
Yep.
on Earth. We didn't want a king, so the primary thing with the Articles of Confederation was, and again, we weren't united colonies. You got to remember the history of how colonies were formed. It wasn't like, well, we're all British subjects, so we'll all naturally become Americans. No, each colony was its own separate charter. And that's kind of what they were trying to carry forth. And so the problem was, in order to have a functioning United States or a nation, you actually had to give, like, it's this notion of we have to give up some of our autonomy in order to function as a united whole. So you actually gain more freedom by cooperating together. And that's what the Constitution's about. And what was interesting about that document is, rather than say what the colonies got, the first 10 amendments are codifying what a citizen gets.
Right.
That's why
And
that document is important,
And
because it
you said
is
a key word in there.
well, the
citizen.
Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments, was literally the bargain needed to get the Constitution ratified. The northern states, the
Mhm.
anti-federalists in the northern states, would not ratify the Constitution without the guarantee that the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments, would be included. And when they were, it was a promise. It was a quid pro quo, right? It
Yep.
was, if you promise you're going to do this, we will vote to ratify. They voted
Yep.
to ratify, and then Congress made it its first order of business to pass the first 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights, and it proved that they could be trusted, that the new government could work, and that Article 5, the amendment process, actually worked. And those were huge, uh, confidence builders, right? Like part of the
Yes.
reason it was success builds success. And when they made the promise and followed through and proved that it could work, more people bought in.
And
And you
then
have to you
we were
really,
given the bullshit that we could not amend it now. Like we're at a
yes.
point
Right,
in history where we have lost the most important aspect of the Constitution, and it's the amendability. And
What?
right,
it's the power to change and update and modernize our laws and expand the freedoms and rights and guarantees of a citizen and what the government is supposed to do for us.
And you have to, the thing is, you have to remember about this historically. No one had done this like to this degree. Like,
No.
yes, there were some English common law that was written down, and but it was piecemeal. It was like in different shires or this or here, and a lot of it was based on medieval precedent and legal precedent, but there was no British or United Kingdom constitution that was written down. The authority derived from the king, who derived his authority from God,
right,
right? And there was only one woman ruler before that. That was Queen Elizabeth. And then, well, Mary, Queen of Scots, too. But most of them had been men, okay? And it was the king or the ruler, the monarch, who derived their power from God. That was it. You didn't need to write it down. It was just, it's the way it was. This is people saying, this power, we have it because we are literally writing it down. These are your rights as an American citizen. This is what you get as an American citizen. There wasn't any country in Europe that did this at this time.
right,
That would come later, right? There was like writings about it. There was things that, like, they were talking about it at the end of the Enlightenment. We were the ones that said we're doing it.
Hmm.
It's a radical notion. It's we're saying it doesn't derive from God. It doesn't derive from nature. It doesn't derive from the Bible. It literally derives from the people. the concept of the United States. We're going to make it. And
And
so,
the huge piece that you just talked about, Frederick, was the shift from the Articles of Confederation to the Constitution had also never been done before, right? Like
no.
the idea of saying, like, this form of government isn't working,
Mhm.
we can fix it and make it better and make it work. Normally, that only happened with a war, like the
Yep.
Revolutionary War. Like the idea that you could bloodlessly, I mean, with the exception of Shays' Rebellion, bloodlessly go from the Articles of Confederation to a new government, a more centralized government, without people being murdered was kind of
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, it's,
And
it's, it's,
like the
it's,
federal government's there for a
wow.
reason too. Like the whole point, and it's like Madison talked about this in at least one of his Federalist Papers, was the importance of federalism and like the republic and why it's so important afterwards. I mean, after we got our Constitution and they started and they were arguing and they were fighting for like why you should join the Union, why you should be part of the Union. Madison wrote to the people of New York, the state of New York, saying why you should be part of our union and federalize and join the republic and become a republic and become a federalist system that is states and a centralized union where we bargain together and say we're all going to be better off for each other. Like where the EU modeled itself off of the American Union of federalism.
Mhm.
Like we gave them that model of federalism to then build, and they've done it better because they keep amending and changing their rules to stay up to date. Like they're not trying, and when people do bad things, they punish them for it. They go, hey, your idea fucking sucks. You're sitting in the corner for a while. You don't get a vote for a little bit. Bye. Come back when you have better ideas, Viktor Orban. um, and they get to do things like that. We don't. We haven't done that because we have become so rigid in our belief that the Constitution can't change, that the system is what it is forever, and that the only thing that we can do is take things off of it. But amendments mean we add to it.
It's a living document. It's
It,
not, it's not a Bible. It's not something
It's
carved
not
in
dead.
right.
stone.
They
It's living.
all the framers knew that it needed to be amended. They were literally amending the thing that had come before.
Yeah.
They wanted it to be amended.
They
And
literally
Yeah.
put 10 amendments in as the only thing that got us there. Like,
right.
guys, we got the
And
first 10.
yeah. And this whole trick that has been played upon us that the Constitution is immutable and sacred and shouldn't be amended from here on out is the same trick that the strict constructionists started playing on us during the Reagan years, right? Where
Yes.
Federalist Society and all of those people have created this entire philosophy that the Constitution is sacred and immutable, and the placement of a comma in the Second Amendment means no gun control can ever happen, and and that it can't be amended. It's a lie that we're being
Yeah.
told by the hard right
Yep.
neoconservative freak shows that want to turn this into a theocracy.
Because they want you to be like a peasant. They want you to just accept your lot in life, that you're going to get rewarded in the hereafter. It's always interesting that we're supposed to accept that, but yet the rich people, they seem to be a-okay with getting rewarded right here and right now, and
Mhm.
usually off exploitation of people like us. Boy, that's awfully convenient.
Well,
Like,
I
Right.
don't buy it anymore.
I don't either. And
Me neither.
here's the other thing. Like, and this is the other thing with like about Franklin, because there is the story is like he was getting, he would drink and blah blah blah. But also, there are some historians that theorize that that was actually a political pressure campaign. Because you got to remember, this is the guy that got France to help us out. This is a guy who's very, very smart. So it's
Right.
like, here's what we'll do. I'm going to go out and I'm going to run my mouth and I'm going to say it's because I'm drunk, but I'm going to pressure the southern states to kind of come in because they're dragging their feet. Well, the southern delegation, they don't want to do it. They don't want to give people the right against search and seizure. They don't. What? Blah blah. No, man, that's not what we said. We didn't say that. We were good with it. And it's
It's
crazy
like
like a
the
fox.
MAGA chuds. that
Yeah.
you just break the cycle a little bit and you confuse them with their own.
Honestly, so there's that book by Pauline Maier, the historian. It's ratification. It's literally, it's not about the Constitutional Convention. It's not about after. It's literally just the ratification process. The dirtiest, most
Oh,
skullduggery,
oh yeah.
vicious political campaigns were run against people and against the Constitution. Like we extol the Federalist Papers now, right? And rightly so. But like
Yeah.
that was like the highfalutin political campaign that was going on. There was like,
That's
you
the high
know,
ground.
smear campaigns and just horrible things going on in the background. It was as mean as modern politics.
Oh yeah,
Let's
because there's
make
no libel
politics
laws. There's no
meaner again.
slander. Like there's
Right.
that doesn't exist yet. I mean,
Yeah.
Jefferson had his own personal paper where he referred to Adams as a hermaphrodite. You
Right.
know, he accused Washington of being loyal to King George secretly. You know, and that was after the I think it was the Jay Treaty, like because it was unpopular. It actually
Yeah.
proved to be beneficial for America, you know, in the long run, but it was unpopular because of Jefferson and hit the Democrats at that time that, you know, basically smeared it. And that's how, you know, after Adams, like the Federalists freaking got wiped out because it was. I mean, you want to talk about dirty politics? It's like we've like people today. We've never been like this.
We've
Yeah,
been
we
like
have.
this. We used to kill, like, they used to go out and shoot each other. Like, they would have duels. Like,
Yeah,
Aaron, like, do we
Aaron
not
Burr killed
remember?
Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah, like, they paced each other out, and they turned around and they shot each other with
Yeah.
rifle-less bullets, which means they could have shot the people next to them or 20 feet off to the side had they been lucky enough, but they shot each other. Like,
Well, and
we're
there, I
right now
think
at the
there's,
point where we're like, oh, it's that, like, political assassinations are bad. I'm not
and it may
advocating
be
for violence,
it
but
may
they
be
used to do
apocryphal.
that shit.
It may be apocryphal. I don't know because I think Burr shot first, right? And I think it was like so a lot of these duels and the way they would happen is it was just a performance thing,
Yeah.
right? Like you would get there and maybe fire in the air or not even fire at all. And then it because the point was like, okay, honor satisfied, you know, blah blah blah. But no,
I
Aaron Burr is
mean, anyone who
he,
has seen the musical Hamilton knows
yeah,
exactly how this works. It's the 10 rules.
yeah. And and
Anyone
they
who's
say
seen the musical, but except me, because I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it actually. I haven't seen Hamilton yet. I
Ha!
know. I
Lawrence is
know.
in the minority now.
I know. I
He's
haven't.
like, I'm out. I'm leaving.
I'm
Goodbye.
done. Come on,
I
guys.
quit.
Well, you know, I don't watch musicals because I'm afraid it'll turn me gay, and that's part of the gay agenda. So
Bro,
yeah.
bullshit. Bullshit.
Wait,
No.
did
It
watching
is
Harry
one of the
Potter turn you
greatest
into a raging
pieces of
bigot?
art
All I
of
can say is when it comes to musical, all I know, and again, because I don't want to turn gay, is tradition. I know that, you know, because
See,
I have
here's
seen
my
Fiddler on the
revert.
Roof.
My
Tradition. You
did you
know,
become Jewish because of it?
right.
no, but
Well,
I
there you
thought,
go.
But see, I
Uh,
broke your argument. You lost.
so
No,
I
but
did not become Jewish, but I did start clipping coupons. So
ooh, too far. Too
I know,
far.
I
too
know,
cheap. Too
I
cheap.
know.
Too cheap.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you know, no, I'm kidding. So, no, I had a buddy of mine. So buddy I work with, he was half Jewish and half Irish, and we would say like we bounced together. I said, "How does that work out?" He says, "I always go for the cheapest bottle of whiskey."
I guilt myself into the cheapest bottle too.
Right, right. There you
That's
go.
even better, you know.
Oh, I
Oh,
should get this expensive one, but I don't
Right,
know.
dude,
right.
even I won't do that. I'm just like, you know, it's like,
No, you all got to go for good stuff. You can't go bottom barrel.
nah, if you just get some shine from the boys in the holler, you know, there you go.
Yeah, that
Right?
might kill you. Might kill
Well,
you, but it might make
you
you
gotta
might
light it
keep
on
you up all
fire
night.
first and check the blue in the flame. You'll be all right. Just make
Right.
sure, you know, you gotta make sure it ain't. You gotta check the octane in it, man. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, I kind of get that because I'm half Jewish, right? I'm on my dad's side we're full Jewish, but on my mom's side we're poor white trash from the Appalachian Hills.
Yep.
Let's
It's
see.
funny. Like my mom's
I
side of the
can't fit in.
family.
I'm the
My
wrong. Go ahead, Fred.
no. My mom's side of the family is German, Romanian, and Swedish. Right. They were German Catholic when they came over. Like, and then became
Do we
Lutheran.
have to ask? Do I have to ask questions about your background now, Fred?
If you want, like, I mean, on my dad's side, we're straight up just like Southern white trash, Scotch, Irish, English, Cherokee. You know,
Oh,
everybody's
you,
Everybody's
you ain't no
Cherokee.
Cherokee. That my mom's family had that entire story, right? Oh yeah, no, great grandma was a Cherokee
Oh yeah,
princess.
Everybody in the South Cherokee.
A
Everybody.
Cherokee princess.
Yeah,
Until I
like
Mhm.
got
all
my
of them.
23andMe results, and it was like, you are 0.00% Native American.
Right.
Okay, thanks, Grandma.
You thought,
It's
but
like
no, you're
I was
wrong.
like I was like, ain't no Cherokee in this. Come on now, ain't no Cherokee. Yeah.
No,
Wait,
we're
turkey? I see turkey.
Yeah. I'm a jive turkey. You know.
Hey, if Ben Franklin had his way, the turkey would be the national bird. So,
Right.
You
I
know what?
mean,
And I would have been all about it.
we
You
would have
know.
been fine with that.
as long as it's not a farm raised turkey, because those ones sit there with their heads up and they drown themselves
I
because
would.
they're fucking
I mean,
stupid.
can you imagine if America's bird was wild turkey? That would be. I would love that. I mean, the eagle's great.
It
I mean, you
would.
got eagle jizz, but then it's just like, the
Here's the
wild turkey
thing.
just fits us so much more.
If the turkey was the national bird, we would have stories and mythologies about how brave turkeys were and how strong they were. Every good thing that a turkey did, you would know about because it would be mythologized in the seal would be the turkey with, arrows in one claw and an olive branch in the other. We would have toxic masculinity the turkey up so bad.
We would have Wild Turkey 101 would be our drink, our
The
national
national drink.
drink. We would be blacked out every fucking day of our lives because that drink is so horrendously just like blackout inducing.
I
I
got
would
you.
know.
I
Wait, are
got
you
you.
are you
I
drinking
got you
that
now.
Wild Turkey
I
101?
got you now.
America
I
right there.
got you now.
Just pour it right into the phone, Frederick. I want a
I,
shot of it.
I,
Yeah.
wait, man, your
Pour
boy
it
gonna
right
take
all over
care of
that
you.
phone.
Your boy gonna take care. As soon as I was like, I'll take care of you.
It's raining that golden water down on America right
That's
now.
it. That's it. Your boy gonna take care of you. I got the perfect cup for it. Look at this here. Look at this here.
Oh, oh,
Oh yeah, I got the
oh, I
perfect
got the
mug.
perfect cup too.
Hey, look at that.
Eagle
There
jizz.
you
Oh,
go.
damn. I just put mine in the dishwasher, you guys.
Ooh, look at
Yeah, there we go.
fancy.
There
All
we
right.
go.
Ooh,
Available on alpacalunch.com.
Alpaca is like that's it. I mean,
heck yeah.
and it's perfect. It fit. I mean,
It
listen.
fits a big hand too. Like
It's
my
the
whole
big mug.
hand
It's the
goes in
15
that.
ounce one. I was like, don't give me that small mug. I want the
Yeah,
big
I
one.
don't. I
I
want
gotta get
coffee.
me. I don't have. I need to get. So I got Macallan, and I got the Bullet. I got Wild Turkey. I need to get Uncle Nearest. Is what I need to get. You know, like Jack Daniels. I don't. Like if I'm gonna mix a drink, I'll do Jack. But I don't. It's kind of like drinking Jack Daniels straight's like drinking milk. You know, it's just like no.
Yeah,
Mm.
Woodford Reserve was my
I
Oh,
like
go-to.
Woodford.
Woodford Reserve. Yes.
But that's
Man,
money.
Japanese. If you can afford it, Japanese whiskey,
Ooh, Japanese whiskey's
Oh
good,
my
on
God.
point.
For real.
so
I
beautiful. I mean, oh
It,
my
I
it,
god.
it- they were like, is this how you make it? And then they make it like 100 times better than we make it. And it's just
You
like,
know.
yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, you
But
did it. You figured it out. Congratulations.
if you want to get down boogie, if you're ever in a field party and somebody, it's changed when they pull out the Dickel. When they pull out George Dickel, things about to get wild. You know.
Oof. It's like seeing a bottle of E and J come out. You're like,
Oh,
oh shit, the night's about to get ruined.
whew.
Everybody's gonna vomit. The
Bad
night's
decisions are
ruined.
about to be made. You
People are
know.
getting naked, and somebody's gonna have a hole in a window. That's pretty much what happens with E and J. Someone got a hole in a window somewhere.
Whether it's a car or a building, there's a
Yeah,
hole
Right.
gonna be put in the
yeah.
window.
Right. Rock, baseball, car,
Fight.
Head,
You know.
hand. Bodies. You raining men. It's hallelujah, raining men on E&J. They're just
That's
falling
it.
out them windows.
Windows about to shatter. It's whether it's a woman or man says it. They holler at us like, "I'm sick of your shit." Oh, something's getting broken. No, I mean allegedly. I've never partaken in any of this, so I wouldn't know. I was too busy
Yeah,
going.
no.
I
Yeah.
was too busy going to church.
Yeah, I
No.
was too busy praying on Thursdays. Is it
Yep.
Thursdays that people go to
Mhm.
church?
Oh yeah. No, I
Thursday?
was. You could find me down by the river. I was like praying for everybody else's immortal soul.
I
Mhm.
are we gonna start singing now? Down by the river?
Old man river, that old
Oh,
man
I was
river. I
gonna
know,
I was
different
going
song for you.
gospel. You
I
know,
love that. I love that saying. It's like, it's like, this one old boy used to say it as I heard it recently. Uh, one of the creators said it as it some boy. It's like this old boy that was. He's like, man, y'all need Jesus. We need to go down by the river.
Y'all need Jesus.
Y'all need Jesus. We need to go down by the river.
mm,
Gonna rededicate our lives to the Lord.
We
We done
gonna
strayed.
baptize you in this water of heavenly softness. Get
You Lord,
under there,
Lord
boy.
Jesus, I done strayed. I've been by the evils of feminism and democracy and
wild
the women,
turkey.
wild turkey.
The
With
Ewoks are coming to get us.
the woman's and their bodily autonomy now.
This one was trying to trap me with her feminine wiles.
Oh my
Ah,
goodness.
she said
Her name
wet
is
and I ran away.
Dana Dubois, and she writes these luditudinous pieces about her, bosoms. That's just all kinds of
Her
wrong, dog.
voluptuous bosoms. Is
She
Dana
gonna
still
pop in
here?
here and say,
I
I
don't
hope
know.
she's
She
still
might still be
listening.
here. I hope she
"Yeah, I don't
is.
know, yeah,
Because she popped in before we almost pulled her on before you, Fred. So you got
hey,
lucky.
I
You got
know,
lucky. We didn't replace you with Dana.
that would have been a better replacement. I'll be honest, Y'all are getting, I mean, daily whatever, man. You guys are getting some good guests, man. Like, you got, what was it, Carolyn,
We had
Curlin?
Carlin Betcha was on this morning. Yeah,
Dude,
she's
I've
awesome.
tried. That's another one. See, you all get all the guests that I've tried to get and couldn't. Like Doctor Am
Do you
was
know?
it Am
Do you know why, Frederick?
because
Dana.
listen, is it the
Because
virality?
Dana
It's the viralness. It's the viralness.
because Dana writes the email that says, "Oh my gosh, you're so great. Would you come on our show? It's me and my gay best friend." And they're like, "Oh yeah, cool. That's a safe space."
Okay.
Well, then
What's not safe
how am
about
I getting
me?
If
people?
I write the email and say like, "Oh, I'm gay and my best friend Dana we both want you to come on the show," they're like,
But what's not safe
"Ooh."
about me? I mean, I'm
See,
safe.
I don't know, Fred. You must not be doing it right because I keep
I'm
finding.
safe. I'm safe, y'all.
Is it because you run after them in the street going, I'm safe, you can
Yes.
trust
I'm safe.
me?
I'm
Yes.
safe. I'm the good one.
You can trust me. You know.
Give them the wild eye. Eagle jizz coming
Give
at
me
you.
your number,
Right,
and
right.
I'll text you
You want
about.
to see my eel jizz?
I'll,
Hey, let me tell you about eagle jizz.
oh man, it's like
Oh,
I don't know why, Fred. I don't know why you can't. I don't know. I don't know what's going
I don't
on.
know why you can't pick them up, Fred, or, get those co hosts. I got some amazing co hosts coming on too here soon,
yes,
Oh,
true.
you mean other than the ones you currently got?
other than these two beautiful gentlemen. Um, I don't know. I put beautiful in there, but I might be qualifying that with Fred. Lawrence, you count. Fred, we might be hitting semi handsome. We're not on the ugly scale.
I'm trying to get there. I want to stay at medium ugly. Like that's why I let the beard grow really and wild. I ain't trying to be no. Pretty's too man. That's the thing. Look at Lawrence. He's all prettied up. Do you know how much pressure that is, man? I don't want to be no prettied up man. I
That's
got enough pressure just living my life in general. Yeah, I don't want to be pretty.
Fred's
I can't be
wiping
on
the
a pretty
dirt
scale.
off as he comes on. He's like Lionel from Peanuts, just dragging the
That's
freaking
it.
blanket with the fucking fleas all over it. And
I mean, before I went fully gray, I used to get called Hagrid all the time, right? And here's the thing: I can sit here now with Frederick, and I'm like, I'm clearly not the most Hagrid of the two people
That's
in this
it.
place
I'm a Hagridly Hagrid. You
because
know.
he's like 7'2" or something, and
Yeah.
you know,
He's
yeah.
he's he's
See,
a
I
big
don't
old
hear
boy.
anybody hating on me, so I'm all good. It's this love right here. It's this
Well, that's
love.
I mean, you getting a guess, man. It's like I mean, I could just say, I don't have I got a gay best friend, or I'm just like, hey, I love your writing. It's like especially this piece. I'd love to chat with you, and it's just like, ew, go away.
I'm
Not else
just
there.
I'm just
You
like,
know,
hey, I'm Nick. I like your stuff. Come on my show.
right?
And
Seriously,
people are
what
like,
is your trick?
yeah, hell
Let's
yeah.
forget Dana's skills at doing it. Are great, but Nick, what is your secret? Nick's all
I
like,
don't.
"Oh, hey, we're meeting with Joe Walsh next week." And I'm like,
Oh yeah, like
"Okay,
we get Joe Walsh is coming on the show in 2 weeks.
Right?
I think it's 2 weeks. In 2 Fridays. Like we're next week we're gonna hang out with Dean Blundell. We've got Qasim Rashid coming back
Hey,
for a
look at all
second
that. Look,
time.
look at all
We
these
got
people you got,
Tim
man.
Fullerton's coming on again this week too. I'm working with getting Tim Fullerton on for Tuesday because they have an event, the FAFO 50 on Wednesday afternoon, which is around the California redistricting
oh
stuff,
yeah, I signed up for
which
that." Did you guys?
everyone should sign up. And yeah, it's hosted by Brian Tyler Cohen. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
actually a
yeah.
good event. Um, and so we're gonna talk about that. Like we've got, I don't know, man. I just
I mean, the only
I
like
reach out to
I could
people.
get on. I can.
I've got Stephanie Wilson
Dig it.
for at least two different shows. Descent. I'm talking with the author from Descent in Bloom. She's going to come on and do a chronic illness discussion with me and Stephanie Wilson. I don't know, man. It's this approachable. I think it's the glasses. But
I
then
think
again, they
I
can't
don't
see
know.
me through the
Whatever it is,
screen.
it's well. The problem is most
It's
of the time,
magic.
if I'm talking, I'm usually shouting at the phone. I'm very shouty. Like
I can be too.
well, you're
I
very
can be too.
passionate. I'm very shouty. It's like
But you
unless I get
do
in
have your
Professor Poe.
show. You
You
do
know,
have your show with Julie quite
I,
often, and that's
Right.
pretty impressive. Like
well, I
you
Julie
you got
Roginski.
great hosts that you work
They
with and
Oh yeah,
co-hosts.
Julie's amazing, and they invited me on. Her and Michelle Kinney invited me on theirs today, which is why I was late. They're coming again on Taco Tuesday. Um, so I mean, we're all like, it's kind of amazing when you step back and look at it, like the awesome people that we get to interact with, not only as co-hosting, but also our fans. Like, not I don't want to say fans, people that tune in. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, it's like it's because we're all just kind of we're all citizens here, man, and we're all
Mhm.
trying to figure out how to be better citizens, how to have a better democracy for all of us. And it's like I don't even like to use fans or like you guys are just you're part of this. Like it's almost like a movement. We're talking and we're trying to figure out how to move forward. So it's like, yeah, it's like it's dope. Yeah, Christine said Nick is married and Lawrence is in a relationship, but I'm single. I think that's part of it. Was it Dr. Hull said? She said to me, she's like, I don't think you have the qualifications to talk about dating. I mean,
I
it
don't
was
either though.
hurtful, and she's not wrong, right? I mean,
I I don't think I have the qualifications either. Like I can't
she
talk
does.
about
I mean,
dating.
she does. Like
She
she does.
does.
Her stack is like she's an actual doctor in it, and she has like all this information and and experience of being a woman, and so like that. And honestly, like that's was
She's
it
coming
was
back on the Daily Whatever in a couple weeks.
well, and you guys should check it out because it was interesting because I caught. Also, you should check out the live with Curlin, like how do you,
Carlin
Carlin.
Bessa.
See,
Yeah.
as Southerners was like curling, it's like, but yeah, but she talked about on your live today. One of the reasons that she gets sort of either her books banned or, it's just talking about women's sexuality,
Right.
right? like that's just a taboo, right? And
Yeah.
it
She
and
thinks
that
she thinks
that
there's a
really
literal
sucks,
shadow
man.
ban
I
against
mean,
her on Substack.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so like her voice and Dr. Hall's voice are really needed, and they
Hmm.
and and it needs to be out there, because I mean there's already a lot of misconceptions about men and sexuality, and forget women, right? Even with other women, right? It's just something we don't devote enough time to, because it's this notion of like, well, women are just there to make babies. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, like women supposedly didn't. We didn't even think they didn't even think women took pleasure from sex until the 1970s. Like it wasn't even a thing.
Most of these Nazi men don't think women take pleasure from sex still. Like
Right.
you ask them and what's their favorite position and it's dry. Like
Oh God.
like that's the thing though. Like they don't understand they don't understand women because they don't treat women like people. Um and I think the why you're single, I don't know. I think maybe, I
Who,
mean,
me?
it could be a possibility for, yeah, for you, Fred. Like, I don't know,
Why am
man,
I? Oh,
because you're
why am I
tall,
single?
because you're tall, you're
Right.
intimidating looking, but you're a big cuddly bear. Um, who
No, it's less. It's really less like, you know. I've been, well. There's pandemic, and then the other was just I've been taking care of my mom and sister for 5 years. I hadn't been out in the world, man.
and
You
he's
know.
waiting on Dana to become single again.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't put that evil on her, man. You can't be. Yeah, I can't be that dude. I want her to be happy. I want her man to take care of her. Like I can't put that evil on her, man. You never want to wish for that. You never want to be, because you never want to do that. But I mean,
Right,
no,
Frederick,
right.
part of you know.
Frederick would meet a whole different side of me
Oh yeah, and you can't
because
be.
Oh
You
yeah.
don't ever want to wish that
Oh
on
yeah.
anybody.
We
You
don't want to
know.
see, we don't want to ruin the Frederick and
I
Lawrence
mean I
relationship.
don't want to have to hurt him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
No, I
I
get it.
take him out at the
You
knees.
know. No, I get it, man. I mean, and listen, it's like, fate or whatever, or chance or kismet or the good Lord, they'll provide. They'll be there. You know, just
You'll
walk the
find.
path. You just walk the path, brother. Just walk the path, and then you see what happens. You know, that's it.
Hmm.
I'm
It's
be
gonna
like
took
Jules. I'm Jules in the diner. It's just like, what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna walk the earth and have adventures. You know, and that's
just keep
it.
running. Just do a
That's it,
Forrest
man.
Gump and just keep running.
Somebody was like, "Oh, you should get you a younger woman." I said, "Bro, I got bad knees and bad elbows and bad back." It's like, man, no, it's like, wait, it's like, that would be worse for her. Let's
My
go out,
wife and
baby. I'm like, there's a couch right here. We can stay in.
my wife and I have already agreed that that if one of us were to ever go, that the only option we either one of us have is to go up and find someone who's older with a lot of money so we can be well taken care of because damn it, one of us deserves that.
Yeah. Man, I mean, I don't even think about it most days. I'm just like, nah. I don't even. No, I really don't think about it. You know, it's just one of those things. Like I've been in. That's the hard part, is like with mom going into memory care and my sister getting better and being able to take care of herself more and more. It's kind of like, that's why I'm going to yoga, and the Buddhist thing is like, and I went to the meditation retreat. It's like, okay, I get to have a life again. What does that look like? And I
Yeah.
went into this life being a caregiver 5 years ago. So I was 43. I'm 48. Man, there's a huge difference in that gap. Especially with, like, I went through a pandemic. I was in aviation. I mean, there's so much that changed. It's like, you know what? Let's just take some time. We don't, like, you don't want to rush in and do all the things.
Hmm.
So, plus I gotta field test the lines to see if they're still, they still work.
Oh
You know,
shit.
Yeah.
yeah, of
Practice makes
course.
progress, brother.
You know,
Practice makes progress.
that's it, man. Give them smiles like, "Hey, what's up, baby girl? How you doing?"
Make sure you catcall them when they're on the street. I hear women really love
Ooh.
when men walk across or on the other side of the street and go, "Hey, baby, you
But
looking
I
good
do I
today."
do it in a different way. I go like this. I'll say like, you know, I believe in you. You know, believe in yourself because I know you can do it.
Your
Keep
outfit's
making
on
that
point.
progress, girl.
Hey,
You
did
know,
we know this? Linda Roberts Hibbs is saying, "Did you know the Oversight Committee is set to see the unredacted documents on the MSNBC file, the Epstein files, per MSNBC?"
I'll believe when I actually see it.
Yeah, let's see this
Yeah,
breaking news today.
unredacted,
We're not doubting you.
unredacted from this
We're not doubting
administration.
you. We're doubting them.
Yeah, we're not
Yes,
doubting you,
yeah,
Linda.
Linda, it's
Yeah,
not
we
you.
we we not doubting you, Linda. We doubting like I don't I my trust with this administration is like I don't trust nothing. They could tell me the sky is blue, and I doubt the sky is actually blue. You know, I'd be like, they gonna change the color of the sky? You know, that's
Yeah, and you know what? If they do, good. I hope Friday afternoon after we get off, we have to come back on in 20 minutes to hear about the unredacted Epstein files and do a fucking huge ass show for the rest of the night with Ellie and just
there's
releasing
no
everything.
there,
It ain't
there's no
happening.
there's no
And if
way unless it was leaked. Unless it was
though
leaked, there's no way.
though maybe what Thomas Massey did yesterday by naming John Paulson.
Today?
uh,
Oh, well, I guess it was
It
last
was
night.
yes. He
You're
he
right.
named him yesterday. I think by naming him, he sent a signal to his colleagues that I'm going to start naming at some point some of y'all. Like, if you don't want to get named, you're already going to get named, so it's too fucking late. So you better just sign on. Like, I think they're done playing nice, and I really hope I hope Marjorie Taylor Greene does go on to on the floor of Congress and reads a whole bunch of names and does it. I hope they blow it all up on each other at this point
I
because
I
they
think
all need
I
to go.
I think Massey is a true believer. I think his beliefs are flawed, but I think he is a true believer in limited government. I think he's that guy.
Mhm.
And he's in a safe gerrymandered district, and he's, for lack of a better phrase, all out of fucks.
He's
Yeah,
not running again, is he?
If it and
I
he's
can't.
I think for some people they just want to, it's like, okay, I'm gonna take down a tyrant, you know
Mhm.
and that's
Good
it.
for
It could be,
good for him.
and it could be that simple. It could be just, I hate this guy, I'm gonna take Trump down and his kind, like, and maybe he does, like, and maybe he's just like, he's the one guy that's like, I'm sick of this, all these sycophants, all these enablers, all this, Lisa Murkowski in the hallway. No, I didn't want to vote for it, but what else could I do? Vote no? You
Right.
can
Yeah,
try that,
yeah.
you
Do the
know,
right thing. It's
like,
easy.
and it's all these weak creatures of these political creatures that try to convince us they don't have any power. They just can't stop it. There's nothing they can do. Hey,
Yeah,
the no button is right next to the yes. Push it.
yeah, yeah.
You
I don't
vote.
know what to do. How to stop this?
What
Vote
can
the
we
other
do?
way.
What
Vote the
can we
other
do?
way.
What can I do? What can I do to help victims? I don't know. Help them.
Right.
You are a
Shove a
political leader. Craft some
shove a banner
legislation.
up your ass and build a backbone.
Thank you. You know, Thank you. And if Thomas Massey, I mean, look, history's full of guys like that come along, and it's just it's not for these high ideals. It's not for all this other stuff. It's literally just like, you know what? I hate them, and I'm gonna burn his world down as much as I can before I go.
Mhm.
That's it. I
And
mean,
good for him.
I never thought in a million years Liz Cheney. You got to remember, Liz Cheney was number 3
In the
in the
house.
House. She was aligning to be Speaker of the House and potentially not, but she wanted to be Speaker. And she was number 3 in the party. And she gave all that up. Now, you might have said, well, maybe she was angling for political. It doesn't matter. She took a risk. Politicians at that level, at her level, are risk averse.
Oh
Look
yeah.
at freaking our weak-willed senator from Schumer from New York
Hmm.
and Gillibrand. They couldn't. There's no. I guarantee you, when this omnibus bill comes up and this spending, they're gonna find a way to
Oh, for
weasel out
sure.
of it and back fascism.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
gonna happen.
Yep.
It was the thing that made me make my first live, is when he backed the last one before the big beautiful murder bill. The
Yep.
whole reason I do lives now is because of him, because I was so mad. And
Right.
Yeah.
before that, I was just writing.
That's how
So
we met. You did that
yeah,
live. I did a live, and Dana was like, "You guys need to talk to each other."
right. Yeah, that was it. That was literally it. And just be prepared. They're going to do it.
Yeah.
The Senate Democrats are going to sell us down the river. It is going. I like if they
I mean,
find a
it's
backbone. I'll be pleasantly wrong. I'll be like,
yeah.
huh,
It's why
well,
we have Joe Walsh coming on the show in two
yeah.
weeks. Like,
Yeah.
do you like? I can't think.
Joe
One, I
Walsh is
can't
a better
think that I would.
Democrat than they are now.
Yeah, like I
Right.
could
For
one
real.
never have thought I was going to meet Joe Walsh. Like two, he started the Tea Party movement on the Republican side,
Right.
and now he's a conservative Democrat fighting his fucking heart out to save this country. He burned his entire political career too. He and Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney. There are a couple others who did it. Like the Bulwark team are all former Republicans. Rick Wilson is a former Republican. There's a lot of former Republicans who have come out and have been fighting for a long time.
Sure. Steve
There are
Schmidt,
some
Cole
who,
Wallace on MSNBC. Yeah.
yeah, and
Adam
like it's
Kinzinger could
okay.
be
It
could be
it's
making
okay that I
so much more money right
yeah,
now.
and like it's okay that I don't like Thomas Massey for 95% of the stuff that he
Oh yeah.
politically aligns with, but right now that's not important. Like, is it more important that he previously has voted on bad legislation, or is it more important that he could currently stop this administration? Like, I would rather him stop fascism and still hold him accountable for his prior actions, forgive and not forget, or work with and not forget. But it's good that he wants to take down Trump right now because that is our mortal threat. Like,
Yeah.
there can be no conversations afterwards of like, oh, who deserves rights or who blah, blah, blah. Like, there can be no frame of that if we don't have a constitution guaranteeing we have rights in the first place.
Yep.
Did you make the hard choice when it was hard, like when it wasn't convenient, or
Mhm.
are you going to see like when Trump, is like when it's clear that his regime is done, we're going to see Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins and all those people suddenly come out and say, "Well, I was too afraid to speak up, but this is what happened to me, and this is what forced me, and this is, we're going to see that,
For
Just
sure.
and it's going
following
to be like,
orders.
and it's like, then you shouldn't have been in the position you were.
Right.
hmm Just
If you
following
were,
orders
if
didn't,
you were
Yes.
that afraid, you should have resigned.
yeah. Then not ask anyone who went through the Nuremberg trials. Just following orders is not a valid excuse.
Nope.
No.
Just being afraid is not a valid excuse as to why you commit horrendous acts. I'm afraid. My kids go to school in Arkansas where there are vaccine laws that are disappearing and they don't protect my kids' rights or equalities, and my daughter's treated differently than my son, and we have terrible murder rates in this state. And school shootings happen all the time in areas, and we have a lot of guns, and I'm afraid as a parent, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to stop doing the right thing. Like,
Because
if
what
you can't do the right thing, get out of the way.
because what we should see and we won't see, which we should from Democrats, is we are going to shut the government down until you repeal the big beautiful murder bill,
Mhm.
until you curtail this ICE stuff, until you pass this, and we're not.
Until you
And
reinstate all of the um,
yep,
Veterans Services and Veterans Administration employees who were fired. All 30,000 of them need to be reinstated and more need to be hired. Unless you're willing to do that, shut the government down. Don't
yep.
fucking fund fascism. Blue states, you should be demanding, if you're in a blue state, you should be calling your representatives every single day right now. And you should be calling your governor to also pressure your state representatives and senators to say, vote no on any budget. Vote no. Do not vote. Shut the government down. It is okay to shut the government down to stop funding fascism.
ICE
Yeah.
Like
needs to be
the
defunded.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
the Republicans have shut down government so often to make it a bad scare, to be like, oh, government shut down, but they never really shut it down. They just temporarily halted it. We need to shut it down because they were shutting it down for bad reasons. We're shutting it down to stop fascism. There's a difference.
yep. And it's and we need to see that from Democrats. We need to see that in the House. We need to see that in the Senate. You
So
know,
call your senators and
Chuck Schumer
representatives.
needs to not punk out, and he needs to hold that 60 threshold. Look, let
And he
him
needs to
let him
be
end the
replaced.
filibuster. Let him do it. Let him
Mhm,
pass it with all votes. Okay, let him
mhm.
do it because you need to be on the record right now that you held the line against fascism. You did what you could. But if you was like, well, we were worried about funding and we didn't want people to lose their jobs, they're going to lose them anyway.
Yeah, we're losing our jobs anyway. Stop it. Let's
Right.
stop fascism before
Because
more people die.
because maybe if you hold the line and the government drags on being shut down for a month or two, that maybe you apply this pressure and we get some change. Maybe they 25th amendment Trump the frick out of there. Maybe
Yeah,
we get some, maybe we stop this. But if you go along to get along yet again, you are now one of the enablers. It's that
yeah,
simple, because if you're just going to be the Reichstag and just do a rubber stamp, and then in 6 months when we're at potentially war with Venezuela, and then they say, "Well, it's a national emergency. We're
Right.
like
We
going to be
can't have
like
elections.
Ukraine. Can't have elections." It's like we had elections during World War II.
Yep.
yeah. Like, come, come on, guys, shut it down. If you're a Democrat, if you're an independent, if you're Thomas Massey, if you're anyone, if you're Tom Tillis, like, shut it down. We should be demanding Tom Tillis vote no too to shut it down. If you are in a state where you're representative or Congress or senator is blue and a Democrat, call them. Make sure they
Shut
shut
down.
it down. If you're in a state that is red and you're in a district where your senator or your congressional member is at risk of losing their job because they're pretty bad at it anyways, and it's going to be a close race in the first place, remind them and that if they don't shut it down, you'll go out and canvass against them every day, or you'll do everything in your power to get them out of their job. They need to be afraid of us again because then they will get Trump out and then we can manage on fighting the real problems, which is the actual fascism and not the chaos.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we
Uh,
should I think we should call it a day.
I think we should.
I think we forgot that we were like. I think we got into 24-hour live mode.
Uh,
We were
we
just like, we're
totally
gonna
did.
talk.
I've been doing live since 10 o'clock Eastern this morning. Like,
Jeez,
so
I've had those days.
I
I've had
could
those
I
days.
could really go have some dinner and
Pop
take a
asleep.
nap right now. Yeah. Sarah's asking us about general strike stuff, and we should talk about that at some point. I just not right now, maybe.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about general strikes. Maybe let's do that next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do
Um,
that.
It's a great idea, and it's something we should definitely talk about. And you said Dean's going to join us next week. Like, I'd love
Yeah,
to
let's
hear
talk about it then.
what he thinks. You know?
yeah,
Yeah, let's do it then.
yeah, we'll
You
get a
know.
Canadian's perspective. So join us next week, y'all. Have a great rest of your Friday. Fred,
Thanks, everyone.
Lawrence,
Thanks,
thank you
everybody.
guys for joining us. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.